Hello everyone and welcome back to Elements and Shadows, our D&D session that we run on Thursdays with What Team Comp. We're having a good time and going to be seeing what all happens here. So, you guys ready to jump in?
Excuse me. Yes.
See.
You're cute and adorable. That works for you.
What?
It's true. Nothing wrong with the truth.
Lies.
I already said it was the truth. So,
Two people stop stroking each other. Let's get into this.
when last we left off, you guys had been making your way around in the city of Skyward Tower, and after some fateful thinking and consideration, one of the members of the party, Cheshire, decided he needed to look around into a few things of his own to try and not weigh down the party of Karg and Ellie and Elisha and the like. In his place, we've received a new member of the wonderful group you have named Pharos. He's thus far been a interesting member of the party, and with his help they were able to interrogate a enchanter's assistant, as the murdered enchanter had a axe that had been not removed so much as it was no longer in his possession. And now they're looking around, going to be taking on the city and seeing what they can do to figure out what's going on. So,
Were we hired to find this dude or no?
We found
that
out
actually did.
that the boy was not
we know
there.
Who actually. Yeah, we found out who actually did it. We got a full picture of him. But were we hired to look him down or no? That's not.
I don't know if we were hired.
Not specifically. You were asked to. Well, Elisha was the one who was asked, but Elisha was asked to get it back to help clear his name. That
But
being
he just
said,
cleared his name, so
he did just clear his name. So that's up to you guys. You guys do not have to pursue this any further than what you've already done, or you can try and pursue this guy to further clear his name.
I mean, his name is pretty clear. Didn't they just say it was going to release him anyway?
They didn't say that.
Worried then.
It kind of did though, Guru.
They kind of
Take
did.
it back.
Yeah, because he just basically said next time just say the truth.
Yeah, next time just say the truth. Yeah, kind of.
It didn't. Yeah, but it didn't fully clear his name because they have only a mental image of what this person looks like, and well, they could have just gone anywhere they wanted at this point.
No, I'm saying does this make sure that the kid's not in trouble though?
Oh, he's still in trouble for lying, but that's for lying.
Yeah, but he's not going
to get
in
trouble for murder.
Yeah.
He's still on suspicion if they have to review his case, but it's more than likely that he's going to be slapped on the wrist, mostly for lying and basically impeding a police investigation, more so than
murder will get him executed. Lying and impeding gets him what?
They wouldn't execute
a month
him.
of jail time.
Well, not immediately.
Yeah.
So, as I said, you guys do not have to continue to pursue this if you guys don't want to. That's up to you guys. What do you guys want to do?
So long as the kid ain't gonna get executed, I'm fine either way.
I am fine with helping. I will leave the decision to you.
God, he got Eeyore vibes in his voice. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
You just got calm,
Eeyore,
slow
but
vibes.
less depressed.
Yeah. He's on his way to happy and healthy lifestyle.
Couldn't hurt to find him. Cursed axe is still on the. Jesus! He fucking Butters! You moved him so his head just slid to the top of my screen. Oh god, that scared me. Oh, we might as well find him.
Karg just kind of shrugs. I mean, we didn't come here to find bad people. We came here to find answers, or more importantly, to find Wolf. And according to anyone here, this doesn't exactly seem like the place Wolf would stop in. At least, not from the people we've talked to.
How about this? I am on an important journey, so what we may do is head to the Emerald Towers. When we head back, we may stop by here again and see if everything was okay.
That works.
I'm down with that. I can imagine that being simpler than anything
God, what
else.
was with that old man speech, you old man?
What? I'm not old. I just act old.
Stares at the 28-year-old.
He just looks him up and down. You don't appear much older than me.
See? Thank you, Pharaoh. Someone who understands that I'm not old.
20. You're only about 3 years older than I am.
See?
I've known a man that was 630.
Was he an elf?
He just nods to what he knows.
I'm just not going to dignify that with a response,
Well,
because
to
that's...
be fair, I only think that's what me and my acquaintances guessed. He never told us.
Fucking elves. They're...
Holding up Elisha full body staring at him.
What? I can still love the fact that we have Elisha on our team and still not be confused by aging of elves.
They live forever.
Not like elves as well.
No, I like elves. They
You
just
told
are
him you
very
don't like dwarves.
secretive. I am very
To each their
distrustful
own
of
opinion.
dwarves. There's
To
a
each their own
difference.
opinion. Card. To
Mm.
each their own opinion, but remember, self-growth is always first in mind.
She says something in Dwarvish.
He like looks like he's about to answer for us, and then he hears the dwarves, and you just hear him go.
He makes it so easy.
A smile curves out of his mouth as he takes a sip of his out of his mug of coffee.
Oh, I was just saying, like, if it has tea, I swear to God.
No, it's always like he keeps his coffee stacked. Like, especially in the this is like coming towards midday, so he's like the cup's almost empty. So
Sitting here like, how many cups of coffee have you had? Just one, sipping giant glass.
it's a decent size. It's like a car-sized mug.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It reminds
It's
me of
hard
that.
size.
You can have one spoonful of ice cream, and you get out of the big ass spoon.
It's a giant spoon.
Like I said, it has written on it, if you touch this person, I will murder you.
It takes me to the fucking SpongeBob meme. This is an extreme thirst with a giant fucking
Pitcher.
pitcher.
Yeah.
And you'll take your last sip, clean it out with a cloth, and then
Put it away.
Do you need more?
I always will have some more.
Oh, good. You see Car just like rub the bridge of his nose, just shaking his head. Maybe I'll ask you
He,
for
like-
a bean or two later.
He you see searches in his like satchel and pulls out about like an entire like large size bag of just coffee.
You knew some very thrifty people then, didn't you?
Nods.
I should have guessed. Let's
She pokes the bag.
please don't poke
Slight
the bag.
shuffle.
Who
Slight
drinks,
shuffle of bean noises.
drinks this much coffee?
Not all at once, but it'll last you over a long period of time if you ration it right.
I was not sure how long the journey would take, so I packed for a bit.
Considering
If
how
I
many
looked
things
at how
can
much does
bump
it weigh?
us. You said it was a big bag, right?
Yeah,
You said
it was
large.
like they said that they said be sparing. He was not that sparing.
Right.
What?
Because of the fact that they are whole beans, it's probably a good. I'm gonna be generous with the weight here, and say about 5 pounds.
He puts the bag back away into a satchel.
It weighs the same as a baby.
Yes.
You have a baby-sized bag of coffee.
Yes.
He's a man with an addiction. Let him live his life.
Not an addiction. It's just I enjoy the taste shared with a bit of sugar,
See?
especially when I see the sunrise. And he'll pull out an entire jar of sugar and put that
Oh,
away.
God!
I didn't stutter.
Are they sugar cubes or is it just straight sugar?
Straight sugar.
Straight sugar. Getting cubed is more expensive, and it takes up more space, so it doesn't have the ability
Unnecessary space.
unnecessary. It gives too much air room between where the cube corners meet and whatnot. You know, why do that when you could just have a bag of sugar to put into a jar?
So yeah, he will.
I'm just a blinking gift right now.
He will put it all away and go, okay.
It is
So-
not an addiction. First of all,
What? Yes, I
just for
agree.
each card. I like meat. Does that make it an addiction if I eat it a lot?
No, that's a
No, it's
necessity.
not your carnivore. Well, that's if you eat only meat.
Well, obviously.
Maybe coffee is his necessity. Maybe he deals with a lot of stress. Or maybe he's always tired.
You see him stare at you for a second, slowly look to Pharos,
Slow grin just curls up next to him.
slowly looks back. I doubt it, but sure, I'll stop poking it if you're going to try and correct me on that.
And I'll go, can I need to grab something, and I will be back. I need to buy something.
Take your time.
Sure.
I want to go buy some different threads of different colors. I want to buy some different threads of different colors.
Okay.
As you leave, you hear her saying, "You can't poke him for addiction when you're a racist."
I am not. You go in, you go look for the different colored threads. Is there I'm guessing that you're just wanting just how many colors?
15.
15 colors.
Yes. I'm looking to do some work, boy.
You sewing?
How do you think he got this scarf on him, Paris?
Hell if I knew. I didn't know if it was made by someone else or himself.
What kind of cloth?
Not full silk, but something comfortable.
Ringing a bell.
There's
Sorry.
let me see. There's cotton. There is linen, and of course silk.
What would mine be made out of?
Yours is most likely either made of linen or cotton.
Silk is most expensive, but silk is the best when it comes down to summer because it stays cool.
Yeah.
Just advising.
How much for each color if it was silk?
If it was all silk, 1 yard, so 3 feet by 3 feet of silk is 10 gold.
Yeah, that's why I said it's most expensive.
So that's a whole sheet, though, right?
3 feet by 3 feet, yes.
Of a color,
Of
though.
a color.
Yeah. How about linen?
For
Linen
linen,
ain't bad for
5
clothing.
gold for 1 yard, 1 square yard, so 3 feet by 3 feet.
How about yarn?
Yarn will kill you in the summer.
Yarn. I don't see yarn. I do see cotton. The cotton is for 1 square yard, 5 silver.
I'll do linen, because that won't kill us in the summer.
Okay, so for 15 colors, that is 75 gold.
Can't do that.
Cotton
Not quite
would
that much
be-
money.
Cotton, in terms of the money, would be best, and cotton is generally, if we're going cotton, linen, silk, it would go silk, cotton, linen for
Best in
effectiveness
summer.
and heat.
Which, to be fair, you guys are moving towards that time of the year. It's not quite at that time of the year.
But
But it's also a common enough cloth that,
I'll get like 6 different colors
6
of
colors?
linen.
okay, it's 3 gold.
3. What?
30 silver,
That
3 gold. 5 silver
Linen.
apiece. Oh, linen. My apologies. Linen, it would be, yeah, that's different. Linen is 30 gold. My apologies. I heard cotton. Sorry. For linen, yeah, 30 gold.
You heard the N at the end.
I did.
I'll just do cotton. Yeah, I'll just get 15 colors of cotton. Why not? Screw it.
Oh, my back.
7 gold, 5 silver.
Yep. Screw it.
My back popped. That was not great.
I have this much gold left.
The only color you don't
Okay.
get is purple.
No purples?
No purple.
Alright,
No
that's
color
fine.
of royalty.
Yeah. Right. I'll come back to the party then. I am back.
And you do also
She's just
see,
bickering.
while you were going through there, that some of the like greens and blues were like a little more expensive, but you just got one of the cotton ones, so the cotton ones weren't as expensive, and you'll just get those for standard price rather than an
Yeah.
upped price.
Okay, I am back.
That is a bag full of cloth.
Woo! What'd you
You
get?
may-
He immediately goes
you may-
to him.
No, you may look.
He's going to put it in his satchel. The best he can.
It's rolled up, so it's still pretty thick because it's
Yeah.
a yard
Is there any light blue?
squared versus a. There's probably one that's light blue. He said 15 colors.
She pulls it out. I like this one.
Noted.
Put it back. Put it.
I'm not gonna do anything with it. I can't sell.
You pulled it out of his bag. It's his bag.
You said I
It's
could do it.
very okay, Carl.
Looking
I
does
did
not
say
equate
she could look
touching. Okay, I'll let it slide. Go ahead. Enjoy the touching.
It's not equal touching.
Okay.
For
This
some
is
reason, that
fine.
leave a man's mouth.
But yes, let us head to these towers if there is not much else to do.
There's one thing. Kind of nods to Elisha. There's
I'll write her book.
yeah, she has a place that she wants to poke into in the next city before Emerald Towers. Hopefully,
Okay.
it'll be just another quick pit stop on our way there. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Should just be a go in, books, out. But we'll probably
Books.
stay there for maybe a day or two.
Books.
I enjoy reading. That could be acceptable.
Ellie's bouncing her seat.
I am actually somewhat of a scribe, come of recent.
Oh, good. I'm surrounded by people who read. Yay, we're gonna be there for a week.
Well,
Should read more.
that is of recent. I have other things also.
That's fair enough.
I'm allowed to read.
I never
Then
said you
you go.
weren't.
Do you people have a cart?
Yeah,
I'm sitting in it.
Oh, okay. You see he goes and he just sits full crisscross.
Oh wait, I realize I have to do something. I'm sorry. Is there a hunt, like a ranger / hunter guild, quote unquote?
Roll investigation check.
I will help.
Thank you. Because I realize I have board testing pelts that I forgot to sell. Ooh. Yay!
Oh,
20 for a 19, which was more than what you needed. But you're looking around, and eventually you see a place. Not by seeing it at first, but you smell it because they're cooking meat.
okay.
And it's just you smell, and you're just like, oh, you kind of wipe your lips a little bit because whatever it is. Oh man, that smells great. Ooh, you just kind of follow your nose,
Food.
and you see this large rotisserie,
Ooh.
and you see a pot that's underneath it that two halflings are standing on either side of it with some kind of oil that's being poured onto this rotisserie style. You want to say chicken, but there's no way there's a chicken that big. Whatever it is, it's big, and they're pouring oil onto it that's then dripping into this pot underneath
Can I
it.
guess what it
and
is?
boiling and steaming up under it. From the way that it looks, not particularly. I mean, you can make a nature check.
Go on.
Try. Closest idea that comes to your mind based off like the arms that have been kind of chopped around look like could be anything from a griffin to a hippogriff to just it is a big creature. It's like looking like you're cooking a whole cow on it.
Who wanted this?
You see off to the side he's got a bit of hay sticking out of one of his mouths, leaning back, a heavy crossbow that looks like it's been tinkered with, just kind of leaning against the wall as he kind of slowly raises a hand. That'd be me. How can I be of assistance to your friend?
Feed me.
Oh, you gotta pay for that, but it's also not done yet. It'll be done in, Hey boys! How long we looking? The halflings kind of just wipe their brow, look up at the sun, look back at the bird. I give it another hour or so, cousin. He kind of just shakes his
I
head.
don't have an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, you don't have an hour? Oh, that's a shame. We were going to be giving out some of it to the people here. What are you running
She
come around
looks
here
at
for?
Pharaohs with like these big, bright eyes. Did we have time? Butters!
He's typing. We can have an hour to enjoy the little things.
She claps her hands.
Yeah, it's just a gold piece for enjoying a bit of the delicate meat. By that point,
Well-
we should have it steamed and baked and boiled all at the same time.
I came here to sell some things first, actually, until I saw that.
That ain't with me. That's inside.
I will be back. She'll head inside.
Okay. You go and you meet with the master of the Hunters Guild.
Oh, and Butters gives him 2 gold, I guess, in advance.
Cool. So yeah, they take that. And they're like, "Yep. Just as long as you stick around for the next hour, as soon as it's ready, we'll give you first plates. I mean, first people here to actually pay, so why not?" You go inside to the Hunters Guild, and the guild master is this thick-shouldered, heavy-set, older man with a beard that's just curling towards his nose. It looks like it is trying to defy gravity towards his face. And it is clear from the way that he occasionally tries to grab at it that he's trying to pull it down and away, but like you just see it like slowly just curl back in that other direction. Like it is trying to defy gravity, just going up to consume his face. He's got spectacles that are perched precariously on his thick, bulbous nose, but he's got a nice enough smile, big, wide, toothy grin. You notice he actually has a gold tooth for one of them, and a ring on his pinky finger that looks to be made out of possibly bone, or at the very least some kind of white rock. But you'd guess bone.
What is this guy again?
This guy is a very, very tall dwarf.
Once again. I love it. She'll walk up to him and immediately drop the board tusk on the counter. I have something to sell.
You're looking to sell some things here? All right. Well, how much you looking to get from it?
Would I know the price of a board tusk?
Not off the top of your head. You usually did trade.
Would I go? I've known how to trade about a good bit about trading.
Rolling
Kinda with my-
a intelligence check.
Okay. Bada bing, 6.
Not for this type of species of creature. You know of a few other more mountainous races, but this is more valley.
She shakes her head. I don't know. Enough to keep me going, but enough that it was worth killing 5 boars for it.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell that because you got a lot of tusks from it, but that doesn't tell me what you're looking for.
She lifts her shirt to show her stomach. I got gored for it.
Ah, that's the danger of hunting boar. Boars like to run up and slap your ass when they think you ain't looking, and sometimes you ain't looking.
To be fair, I had also moved him out of the way when he tried to charge me.
They're stupid sons of bitches. So, how much you want from me?
I don't know whether
Come on, you gotta have a number in there somewhere.
How much do you make for each? How much do you make for selling it?
part of me wants to say 5 gold for each, but that sounds expensive.
That will be expensive.
2?
2.5, could it even? Maybe, I don't.
Kind of pokes at some. You said the boar tusks or boar leather, just to make sure.
Boar tusks is what she first put up. She hadn't pulled out the pelt yet.
Okay. Boar tusks. He looks him over. He picks up one, gives a little heft as he turns it over in his hands. And so you have 20 in total, right?
I have 10.
10. Okay, so you have 10.
Because we killed 5 of them.
Right. I don't know why
we
my
took
mind's. I don't know why my mind doubled that, but so 10. 10 in total for 5 boars. Right. Correct. That is the correct amount of boar tusks.
I think you thought I meant I killed 10 of them?
Yeah, different time. Different time.
Oh, there's something in the cart I need to sell. Fuck!
Now, this ain't the highest quality. You can see there's a few lines here where it might be cracking a little bit. That being said, I'm willing to go only halfway down. Say a gold piece each.
Alright.
Can I insight?
Sure.
Just curious. 18.
He seems to be forthright for the most part. I mean, you don't see the crack that he's motioning to, but you're also not someone who works with bone, so...
Actually, considering that I did carve these, can I see the crack? Or see if I see the crack?
Roll a perception check.
Would it be perception or survival?
Sure.
Sir, what crack?
Oh, right there. Points to it. You still don't see it really well. With the survival check, you see it's a very faint crack, and it's because of the fact that it's completely white bone. It's not super noticeable, which means that you could probably shaved off and you'd be able to make something perfectly fine with just completely ignoring that crack.
That crack isn't that detrimental to its use.
You're saying that you think that it is worth more? How much then?
Yes. 2 gold. Considering that I know how to make stuff out of this myself.
Good eye on you. Meet you halfway. Gold, 5 silver. That still nets you a profit of 10 gold and... Actually, no, that'd be 15 gold, wouldn't it? Kind of just grins.
Right. I know my way around weaponry, and this makes some good weaponry.
What about armor?
Armor I'm better at.
He looks at you over for a second. He's like, we'll see. He takes it and he gives you 15 gold.
Yeet! Numlock, for fuck's sake!
What?
My numlock keeps automatically going on for some reason.
Possibly tapping it when you're
I'll
trying
actually
to
play two.
I didn't touch it.
You'll what?
To the guys outside, I'll pay 2 more gold.
Okay.
Feed the party!
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't understand. He's like, I mean, if you want 2 extra helpings, I'm not stopping you. If you got the gold for it.
I also have a few other things that are going to be less useful, but...
Such as?
Unless you have a ranger's guild that buys body parts.
Squints at you. Like?
Hold up, giant finger. There were some hill giants outside the town a few weeks ago that we had to kill. Because they were trying to break in.
You noticeably see his eyebrows widen and his eyes kind of go wide for a second, like, really now? They were being aggressive?
They were trying to break down the wall.
Yeah, that's aggressive. Stupid sons of bitches, but yeah.
One of them, I think, was starved.
Was he like throwing his mouth around in all directions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a wild animal.
Yeah, I've seen those before. Last time I saw one was you see his eyes get like 1,000 yards. The 1,000-yard stare TM.
Is it? Oh God, son of a bitch!
Then you see him like blink for a second. It's like, man, that was a long time ago.
You can't remember it either, can you?
No, I. Part of me wants to say it was some other time, but I mean, I know one time that they were used 50 years ago, but that was 50 years ago.
I know their actual name is Mouth of Gralantor.
Yep. Not nice folk. Not nice folk at all. Yeah. Wicked sons of bitches.
And that's why I took their fingers.
You took their what?
I took their fingers. She's holding up the finger. Poof.
Did you take the whole finger or just like the bone and fingernails?
She took all of the finger.
Okay.
That took up a large amount of space in the cart.
Oh yeah, and it smells. Like he like covers his mouth with a cloth, just like.
Told you it was rotten.
You see, my forest doesn't cover anything. He just, that is unpleasant.
There's what?
That is unpleasant.
Yeah. You see him like hold his fingers like as you see this other person come in. They kind of like pause as they enter the room, just look at you. He moves over, puts a hand on the finger, and you see it beginning to very rapidly decompose.
Ah!
You can tell it's just bone and fingernail. The smell's still in the room, and so he like motions, and the guy's just like, "What? That's not my job."
I'm
like-
having a freshener on me, motherfucker.
And he has another person to get out a giant fan that they take and go "Hoo-cha!" Whoosh, as a giant gust of wind just whoosh, very quickly blows over you. You're like, "Whoa!" as it just blows the bad air out. Outside, you hear someone say, "Oh, that's rank." Who farted? It smells bad, but it's very quickly dissipating. As some people, like someone else trying to go inside, just opens the doors and immediately gets hit by the blast of wind and just goes dum dum dum. Oh, back, ass over tea kettle as they're going away.
Halflings.
It was a halfling, not one of the halflings, but a different halfling. As soon as it's done getting the smell out, he closes the fan and just like, "Sorry."
Oh, we did that to all five.
Motherfucker!
Oh, we did that to all five because I have 5 of those.
Yep. So yeah, he had to do that to all 5 of them because they're.
That is very unpleasant.
You're telling me, man. The guy who decomposed them all just kind of nods, just with this deep, gravelly voice.
What
He
is
shakes
he?
his head. From the look of him, he looks to be a furbolg.
You're big.
So I've been told.
Is he taller than me?
Yes.
Good. But like if he ain't, then he's small as fuck.
Like you come up to like his lips, and he gently takes a hand and just pats your head gently. You're someone that seems to be having a very good time around here. I hope you have a pleasant time leaving as well. Just the next time you come around, try not to leave the flesh of something rotten on there. It leaves a bad taste in some people's mouths. I'm used to it because I have no sense of smell, but that's also because I work in unpleasant businesses as it is.
What do you do?
Oh, I work in the mortuary. I have to deal with
Oh.
all kinds of dead things. You know, usually having to make sure that all the rotten parts of them are taken out before people can cook them. If you catch my drift.
She holds her hand out.
He takes your hand.
Emily.
My name's Mortician.
Son of a bitch.
To be fair,
Adams?
though, that's my
Adams.
that's my cousin's name. By the way, he very much has a Adams family head haircut.
The bowl cut.
The bull, kind of that bull haircut, yeah.
Does he have that one wizard familiar that's just a walking hand that's in the monster?
Oh my god.
Like, you mean like a crawling claw?
Yeah, that's it.
You don't see one, but you know, then again, having a crawling claw as a familiar openly might not be taken with the best of taste.
Does he have anything on him? Like any kind of creature?
Not that you see.
Okay. Watch him turn around and there's just some on his back. It was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you as well.
If I come back and I have more things to give, I'll make sure that I see you first. Because I don't know how to take the flesh off these things easy.
Don't worry. I picked up a few skills to make sure I could do it quite easily. Gives you a thumbs up and winks.
Bye.
Take care of yourselves now. It's been an absolute pleasure, and may more misfortune befall those who stand in your way. Keep being good. Or not. He walks down the stairs.
Yes, motherfucker.
Yeah.
She turns. He like spins on her heel back to him. Okay,
So, hill giant bones and fingernails.
I had a T-Rex rib, but I want to keep it.
You see his eyes widen slightly again, like, huh.
There's a rib on her back. You should see it.
He didn't know what it was from.
I also have his teeth.
Huh.
I could have gotten more, but the one that I also saw got attacked by a dragon in the forest, so.
Aha!
What? What?
He doesn't say anything, he just slowly looks down at the bones, looks back to you. I'm gonna just, focus on one thing at a time. So,
Do you think I'm lying?
I'm focusing on what's in front of me so that I don't question the truth and make an enemy of you, since you seem to be flying some pretty high colors there.
I didn't want to get eaten.
I didn't imagine you did, and I didn't say you would. That being said, Hill Giant Bones. Let me actually. He actually takes a moment, gets a book, starts flipping through it.
While he does that, she puts war belts on the side.
He hears like thump of you setting it down, like pauses, slowly glances over, and then you just see him exhale, just like, okay, good, just something normal. Okay, Borhide, I know like the back of my hand. This is fine. Please don't burn down my establishment.
I need a sword.
You're fine.
Find this poor man.
Tell you what, how many pieces of the Hill Giant are you willing to sell?
Oh,
All.
I have no use for keeping it. We keep the ribs and bones of animals. This isn't technically an animal.
So all 20.
20.
Yeah, you have each joint of the finger, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
have the fingernails. That's 20.
Ooh.
I just imagine her being like, I didn't count 20. Looks down at all the bones since the fingers were all rotted away, now revealing there's bones there. Oh, wow, there's bone here. Wow, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about right.
She just saw them rotting away and was like, oh, this is fine. And then when she finally looks down, she realizes, I had 5 fingers, and now I have 15 bones and 5 fingernails. This is amazing.
This part with her survival, she knows about bone structure and such.
She just
think
forgot.
about it.
Yeah.
It's like I had 5 fingers. I figured you paid me for 5 fingers. What?
Actually,
What?
I apologize. Let me remove 2 from that. So 18, because the thumb does not have 3 joints.
I was wondering about that, but I didn't know.
So actually, no, that'd be removing 1. So 19.
Yeah, 'cause it still has 2 technically.
Still has 2.
If I'm
Yep.
down this right.
2
Right,
bones
okay.
and a fingernail. Yep.
I'm looking at my fucking thumb trying to figure out.
I may have pulled up my own hand to double check that as well. So yes, 19. He rose his hands together slowly.
Now, if I had a wishbone, that would be another story.
If you had a wishbone, we'd have to get you against the strongest person so you could break it. That being said, Hill Giant's bones are actually rather useful. I'm willing. I'm willing to pay 2,000 gold for them.
Oh! Excuse me.
I
was not
saw
expecting
now inside that.
Go ahead and insight. As you see him like going over the numbers, you also get a faint glimpse past his shoulder at the book. He's hiding it from her, but not necessarily from you, and you're just kind of off to the
How's he
side.
hiding where I'm taller?
He's kind of tilted it back, and he's behind a bar. That's where he got.
Dick!
Yeah, just because you're taller doesn't mean you can just
Okay,
lean
so-
over and see. That being said, from your position, you can see a little bit better, and you can see that he's got a book that's. You can't see the label of it, but you can see that the section that he's looking at looks like it's in reference to potions, and one of them it shows like a kind of an archaic depiction
Hill
of
Giant strength.
essentially. And
Yeah.
so clearly he's not trying to undersell it. He's trying to figure out the best way that he can earn money by selling these to probably someone in this city, because this is a magical based city, so he can turn a profit for making someone very, very happy by making them able to make potions of Hill Giant strength.
Alright. So it's basically one of those things where it's like, I want to give the right price because I'm not entirely sure how much it's worth, kind of thing.
No, he has an idea of what it's worth, but he's trying to make sure not to undersell you so that if you come back, you're not super pissed off because of the fact that he understands the value of it and is basically saying, what is a value that will make you go heck yes without going hold up?
That works out fine for me.
We have an agreement.
She holds her head out.
He takes it, shakes it, motions for some people to start
How strong
taking
does
him
he
away.
feel right now?
A little bit less than your own strength if you were like gauging it based off that, but he's given a very strong squeeze, so it might just be that he's trying not to be intimidating. He could be as strong as you. You're not sure.
You feel strong.
I mean, I used to be out in the field before I took over as headmaster here.
I'm here for an hour. Can we try something?
I mean, we're in the middle of negotiations and such.
I mean, after this.
We'll see.
2 points to the pulse. That's the last thing.
5 pelts, giant boar.
It wasn't giant, but it was bigger than me.
That's usually what we can call a giant boar. If it was smaller than you, like, it would...
If it was smaller than me, you'd see me with a boar, not its pelt.
Yeah. Oh, what? He's grinning at that.
Pigs!
Oh my gosh. He just shakes his head at that. You're something else, you know that? I'll give you...
Since it was bright red.
I'll give you a gold apiece for him. Actually, hold on. We need to be fair here. They're big enough that I could probably get away with a few extra tidbits here and there.
You're itching something, and it sounds like him legitimately itching his beard.
Trying not to.
No, I like that sound effect. That was good ambiance.
I'll say...
Ambient.
3 gold apiece.
Yay!
So 15 gold and slaps down a bag of 2,000 gold for you for the hill giant bones.
Da 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 da.
She made off like a bandit.
Now, that work has been all done.
Yes.
She says with this bright grin. How would you like to wrestle?
I take a step back.
Well,
She's not joking, by the way.
oh, I didn't imagine she was joking. Someone who fights against creatures like this tends to not be joking if she can keep herself in any kind of good condition.
Just informing you.
He slowly just like shucks off his jacket, takes off an apron.
Also, I found out why the Explorer's Pack is 59 fucking pounds, by the way.
Hmm.
The backpack holds 30 pounds, and I think it assumes that you fill the backpack first.
Could make sense.
Anyway, sorry, I was just looking at that, and I'm like, is there a backpack in here? Because there's no fucking way this should weigh 50... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, backpack is part of it. That being said, you are able to see him just kind of step out from behind it, slapping down a rag on the table. I got time to kill. Cracks his neck slowly. Let's take this outside. Preferably not where they're cooking. I don't need the smell of oil to ruin this kind of occasion.
Yeah. I mean, food would just make you lose faster, and she'll head out.
Food would just make me lose. Come on now. He steps outside.
This fucker looks built.
Yeah, he looks pretty built.
Yep, I'm raging.
Alright, so as
I
you're...
don't trust that.
roll initiative, just to see if you beat him on that.
Nope.
Nope, you definitely don't. Alright, so he is going to have the first turn to go on you.
You know this isn't a, like, fight damage thing, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm like, I wanted to fight him, but currently for my spar with Theros, I only have 24 health!
No, he's wrestling you. So this is before you rage. Make an athletics check. Straight roll.
Oof.
He beats you. And as a bonus action, he's going to pin you.
Ah,
So you are
fucker.
now pinned as he just kind of grins. Give up yet?
That's a full action, Guru.
That's a full action? Oh, my apologies.
Yes, it's a full action.
Thank you for reminding me. As you are one person who has the grappler feet and whatnot, so you would know. So yeah, he's not restraining you yet, but he does have you grappled.
Yeah, it makes sense she would rage then.
Okay. Oh, feisty.
Acrobatics or athletics to escape, or does
Athletics.
it either? Okay.
Your choice.
Rage, get the fuck off me! Ah, you fucker.
No, you're like trying to flex, and he just squeezes you tighter.
Ah!
Yeah.
I can't squeeze out of it.
And now he's going to pin you.
Yeah!
Give up yet?
No! Fuck it. Yay!
This time you break out.
No, she doesn't. That's not how pin works. You just don't get pinned.
My apologies. So yeah.
You're still in the grapple, but you don't get pinned.
Okay, so it's an athletics versus athletics to pin again.
Or
to pin.
acrobatics. Yeah.
Okay, I got
So
it.
yeah,
Okay.
you're not pinned. So you're still grappled.
So now my turn to break out of it. Okay.
Yes. You break out of it.
Wonderful. I can't grapple with his bonus action because I don't have the fucking grappling feet. So.
So he's going to try and grapple you again. You are able to resist being grappled very easily. Because he was distracted by the smell of food.
Mm.
Alright, you're grappling him. He manages to keep you from grappling him. He just basically, like, you put your arms out to
Oh,
try
what
and
the-
go in, and he just grabs your arms and kind of twists you to the side, almost throwing you as you just kind of round each other, just kind of looking, grinning and whatnot. Looking at each other, grinning. Just he's a fighter. You can tell he doesn't appear to be raging, but he's still able to somehow hold his own on that.
Fucking feisty ass dwarf. Oh, I'm grappled.
Oh, that's cocked. You are not.
Oh, Lord!
Just barely, but you're not. So you're trying to grapple him. You have him in a grapple.
I can't pin because I don't have the thing.
Nope. But he is going to try and break out. You managed to keep him in the pin for this turn.
Give up.
No. Do you?
I have you in my hold.
I had you in my hold first.
He might break out.
Yes, he does.
Son of a bitch! He's gonna go on forever.
Cock.
Did I ever heal her, by the way, with my
You
bandage?
said you did. Yes.
Alright.
I had low health when you healed me.
Alright, so he grapples you again.
Oh, Jesus! What the?
Your turn to break out.
Oh, dear.
How do
You
you
break
tell
out.
who wins this?
Usually by whoever gets hungry first. You hear someone
She
next to you
holds her
say,
thumb up.
I just imagine Cog just gets here and sees her just full on wrath.
I mean, after 30
wrestling.
minutes, he probably would try to come fight us. But
Yeah.
Really real
So
wrestling.
at this point, because it just is a back and forth,
Mhm.
it's just a case of, breaking out of holds, getting into holds, breaking out of holds, getting into holds, breaking out of holds, getting into holds, and it just keeps going on until you hear a card just kind of in the background just going, the fuck? With Elisha and the card just kind of staring out all of this, just like,
Hi.
I thought you guys were selling stuff.
We did.
And now you're...
I don't.
Why am I even surprised you're wrestling?
Who's got who in a hold right now?
I'll say that you're both struggling against each other, like putting your hands on one another's hands to,
There was food. We wanted to get you some, and then I got distracted. Can I pick him up?
I
Actually,
can see that. The guy?
Mhm.
No. He is not allowing you to pick him up. He's tried to pick you up a few times.
I have weight and God on my side. By the way, how's the food looking, actually?
It is smelling flavorfully divine.
Does it look done?
It's crispy, but after half an hour, no. After an hour, yes.
Can I attempt something at the egg? 'Cause this is gonna go on for a while anyway.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as she sees it's done, she will just automatically pick him up and chuck him and walk to the food.
She tries to. He breaks out of the hole and just kind of shoves it towards her. It's like, go get your food. I know what you really want at this point.
Sprints off. Food! Gimme! She's bouncing in front of the halflings.
He wipes a bead of sweat off his forehead. His next to her is just like, she was able to keep herself focused for an hour. Crazy ass bitch. Man, if I'd met her when I was in my more youthful strains, I might actually try and get a drink with her.
Triggered
I
card
believe
behind the
she's
door.
taken.
Oh yeah, by the lady over there. She seems to be the sort that would hook up with an intellectual type.
But the green-skinned male, no.
Oh! And she wants someone strong. I get it. Fair enough. No shame there.
That's a way to put it, sure.
Something wrong with him?
That's a... What?
Is there something wrong with him?
He just looks kind of confused.
Is there something wrong with him?
What do you mean?
You make it sound like there's something wrong with him.
Well, I think, she's more likely to go for him because, well, let's just say I know many women, the word that you used, you wouldn't be living if they heard you say it. By the way, that's in reference to he called her a bitch. I don't even jokingly, but he's like...
I had a few dwarven gals crack skulls about stuff like that before. About less, actually. You know, honor and whatnot. Hell has nothing on a dwarf woman scorned. Believe you me. They will remember that shit. That grudge will last for 3 lifetimes.
He just takes a bite of food and pretends to be very...
He's pretending to be very attentive.
She walks past the door with the plate. I got food! She will hand a food. She will hand a food. She will hand a plate to Elisha.
Kark and Elisha, I bought you food.
Thank you. I appreciate the... What is this?
What is this?
It's maybe Griffin, it might be Hippogriff, it's just something big.
Hippogriff!
It is Hippogriff.
Awesome. I've actually not had Hippogriff.
Not the biggest bird I've eaten.
I don't know if I know what Hippogriff.
Actually, can I roll to see if I know what it is now that I've heard it?
No. Oh, with your nature check from before, I'll say roll a nature check. Elisha, you can roll a nature check too if you're in roll 20.
Woo!
You've heard of it. You've heard of it.
I rolled. I don't think he has. I don't think
the name sounds familiar.
Wait, can I roll a religion?
For a hippogriff?
I don't know if they have a religious intent.
I know a griffin may be religion, but I don't know if a hippogriff would. Religious connotations of a hippogriff. I feel like that's such a high DC.
It is fine. I do not know what they are.
Nope.
I don't know where Mad is. Mad, have you not typed? You have not typed.
Have you returned the Medrino?
I thought you said Medidrino, and I'm like...
Medidrino.
Have you returned the meth?
What?
The meth!
I don't know.
Calm down, Polly.
Can't believe that option didn't work. It's so salty.
So salty. Much salt. She completely empties her plate. Probably within, like, should I even say 5 minutes?
I'd say 10. It's
okay.
They don't give you children's portions.
Oh, good. So yeah, she just fucking scarfs it down.
This is quite tasty.
Quite filling. Let me keep my eyes open. Jeez.
I don't even know if you would know how to cook it.
Nope.
Wait, I just realized something. She will head over to the halfling.
Yeah.
You two prepared this, right?
Yep.
Could you tell us how you did it?
Nope.
Why?
Manual recipe. You saw what we were doing. If you were paying attention. Maybe
I
you
saw
I
thought.
actually was.
Pouring oil on it.
For that hour, I was Guru paying attention because he doesn't like looking at wrestling.
Roll a wisdom check.
Okay.
Nice.
22.
They were basically cooking it over a fire with a oil pan that they were like slowly dripping over the bird until it was a heated oil that they were basically
So they
scooping
were,
out of
like,
that pan.
Basting it, kinda?
Basically, yeah. As they were rotisserie style, just making sure that it was constantly given some moisture on top of it. That gave it a very zesty kind of keeping the flavor intense in it, drawing out as much as it could, so that it was basically just dripping with this, delicious juice that when you bit into it just filled your mouth with meaty flavor.
Forrest goes, they did a process where they slow cooked it, like you see there, while basting it simultaneously to add a bit of extra flavor.
Oh, so you just spit roasted.
Okay, with a few
roasted
extra
with
herbs and
extra
such thrown
basting.
in. They actually
11
cooked
herbs
the
and spices.
Yeah, they curved it
11
with 11
herbs
herbs and
and
spices.
spices.
Yeah. Actually, a dozen, but they don't
Don't-
discuss the 12th one.
Oh god.
It's a family secret, you see. Welcome back, Galasha. I don't know why you whispered it, but welcome back.
GM roll my wisdom. No. Oh wait, it's int. Never mind. She shrugs.
All right,
Oh.
I'll let you have your knowledge of that then.
Okay. Well, let us be off. Huh?
She walks over to Karg after she's done with the plate, and she hugs the halfling she was talking to because that food was good.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah,
for the food.
obviously.
She will head over to Karg. I made 2,000 gold. She will plop the big ass bag in front of him. You're drilling.
No, I'm not. I'm just staring at it.
There's a bit of sunlight. And you see he pulls out like a little handkerchief and wipes it off the side of Clark's mouth
There's no
and
saliva.
puts it away.
He's just
Improperly.
he looks very confused. Just like, what?
I sold giant fingers.
Right, I forgot we had those. Those are worth something? Oh,
Apparently. Ooh.
apparently.
2,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
2,000.
speaking of which, she reaches into the cart and pulls out the T-Rex pelt. Would you know anyone who could make this into something? She holds
Depends
up
on what you're looking for.
a blanket.
The fuck no! You're not gonna want a leather blanket like that. There's no warmth to it.
Then I'll sell it. How much? This is a 35-pound fucking pelt, by the way.
Guru,
Yes.
before Ellie sold those fingers, I would have asked for nail clippings.
You probably could have gotten it before she had taken it because you've had it on your cart for a while.
Tight.
Yeah. Best part about that, fingernails still grow after you die, so...
I would have kept clipping.
I'll say you have at least a pound's worth of giant's fingernails.
Two things that keep growing after you die, your hair and your fingernails.
Morbid but
Ask me
interesting
how-
information.
By the way, also, Elisha Faros bought you some food of a hippogriff.
They
Hippogriff meat.
rotisserie style slow cooked a hippogriff with a
He then
dozen
proceeded
herbs and
to.
spices
He
and
brought it to you.
oil.
He brought it to you and said, "Here you go."
In Elvish.
Yeah.
Why, thank you. I don't know that I've ever had this before.
I have not either, but it seems to be tasty.
I will try it.
As I mentioned before, the juices in it is just, oh, it's so
Nice.
delectable. It's nice.
I just realized something hilarious.
That being,
She's holding up the axe beak. Are we gonna use this?
What would you use it for?
I can't work leather.
Oh, then probably sell it.
So she'll toss it over her shoulder back onto the giant T-Rex pelt
you see
and walk up to the dwarf.
you see the dwarf pinching the bridge of his nose, just like, oh no.
She's her hands on her hips and like that, just haha, I've succeeded. Fucking.
How many pelts?
Just one for both. But obviously one is giant. She'll point to the T-Rex pelt.
Not a giant, but
No. I can't skin humans. Well,
hmm.
humanoid looking things.
You see him like look down at the ground, just like, I'll give you
Right.
35 gold for both of them.
For a T-Rex pelt!
That's pretty fair.
Yeah. Why? Were you expecting less?
I'm carrying around what could equate to a halfling's weight.
Yeah. And I've paid you 2 gold for the other pelts, and I'm paying you 30 for the T-Rex pelt and 5 for the axe beak.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I said for both of them.
I didn't know which one was worth. I figured you were shortchanging me.
No. Have I done so yet? I try and keep an honest business between people. It means that you actually come back to me rather than, leaving me for someone else who might look more profitable but want to stick their hands in your pockets for reasons other than to grab your
What
Are
you're
you
trying to say
making-
is reverse pickpocketing.
Are you making a sexual joke?
I might be.
She squints at him. Are you interested in me?
I mean,
Does she say this in Dwarvish?
Yes.
in Dwarvish, he's just kind of like, I mean, if I were younger, I'd say yes, but I'm old and I'm cruel
She will
to
kiss the
myself
top of his
now.
head.
Hey, come on now.
Age means nothing.
Uh-huh. Sure.
You are a nice man. You are a nice man who is very strong, and I'm sure that you will find someone else other than me who will be able to compliment you better than I would.
Well, I suppose we'll see about that.
She will give him the belts.
He takes them. Kind of like, as he does, he kind of like glances over his shoulder and then kind of back at you. Your your orc friend. He's saying this is dwarves, by the way. Your orc friend seems to be getting a little bit red faced there.
She will look up at Karg. Does he? What? What
You
is
just kissed a
happening here?
dwarf. What do you
Is it-
expect?
I know,
He
I
looks
expect
ready
exactly.
for murder.
That is my cue to go.
Hey, Karg.
Yeah.
I will come to him and I just go, I will whisper in his ear. I just like get close to his ear and I go,
You say boo?
yeah, he goes, boo.
He slowly turns and stares at you. Something the matter?
I'm just making you not look over there for a bit and distracting you.
Thanks, I suppose.
Hey,
Yeah.
we'll figure out where the hatred comes from, and I'll pat him on the back.
He just stares at Ellie for a second, then turns and gets back into the cart and
No,
just waits behind
Sparky,
the.
no, it was a fucking friendly peck on the forehead. Oh, this is amazing.
Ellie, we're going.
Let us be off. And I'll take out some
will-
knitting needles.
Oh my god. She will jump onto the cart. Cart, real quick. She's her hands on her shoulders. Look up.
Glances up.
She'll kiss him.
He doesn't really kiss back.
You okay?
We just gotta go. Time's not on our side, and the food was good. Thank you! Thank you, small, friendly people.
Are you mad because I gave a dwarf a peck on the forehead?
Yeah!
You absolutely are.
He starts up the cart.
Elisha,
Yes.
can you take over driving for a second?
No.
Yes, we
No.
need to discuss this because otherwise you are going to let it fester.
No, I'm not. I'm going to let it burn out. Give me time to let it burn out.
I look at my hands and I think, I don't know that I can drive the car. I don't say this out loud, I think it.
We'll start working with the cat. And
Mm-hmm.
She'll sit back in the garden.
So you guys make your way out of the city, leaving it behind. You have full bellies. And you feel nice. You feel not at ease, but feel good about yourselves. You guys did some good work here.
I want to
Yes.
start making a sash.
Okay.
I'm gonna have it basically. It could be mostly green with a darker green inlays of trees, forest,
Okay.
and I'll work in the design of Karg's holy symbol, or like the holy symbol of God in it.
Okay. Avangla. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Roll a Weaver's Tools check. Wisdom, of course. No, not wisdom. Dexterity for this.
Alright. 15.
Okay. So I'm actually going to need to borrow Elisha's beautiful big brain for a second. What was the name of the next big book city that I mentioned?
Give me 1 second to check my...
You mean her big brain of notes? Is that what you mean?
Yep.
Big brain of notes.
Because I had it, and I had a few places of interest, but I remember that one was the next one you said you were going to stop in. I wanted to make sure you guys hit up the right city, and that I don't give you the other one of the other places instead.
Yeah, you good, you good. Give me a hot second.
Hot second.
Hot second.
Hot off the presses.
Read all about it.
It is called Nivoten.
Ah, yes.
I remember because it sounded like the mummy from the mummy. A Brendan Fraser classic.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good one. That being said, you guys... It takes you some time to get there. With the
Done.
cart. What?
How long? I need to DM you something.
Sure.
There you go. God, I forgot that said that to you.
Yeah. Roll another check for your tools.
With what?
Dexterity this time. This is for the
Okay.
finer details.
Ooh.
It's not your best work, but it's definitely good work, and you're definitely good at what you do. Getting more into depth with it, getting it to the point that you're like, all right, here we go. You're able to get it to a point where you can finish it off before you hit the next city.
Can I engrave something in it?
Sure. What are you engraving?
The end.
You can say it out loud.
I know. I'm allowed to DM certain things. I think that works, actually. There we go. God, that's such awful script to have to write on that.
It's a hard script, but let me actually pull up another little joke, I think, if I remember this right. Not that. Is it this? Yes, it's this.
What? No, I got a better one. Hang on.
You want to know what's the funny
You
thing
keep looking
about
up.
writing that,
What?
Paris? Do you know what
What?
script they use in D&D?
Isn't it dwarfish?
Yep.
Dwarvish.
So it's actually
It's slightly different.
slightly different, yes, but it's still slanted in ways that make it so that it's not the same. It's like looking at Spanish versus English, basically. They're both using similar letters and such, but they have little accents and such that make it unique. And if you looked at the letters on their own, you just be like, I can kind of guess what that means, kind of, sort of, but not fully.
There we go. That works out better just because of what he is. Ah, God, my teeth hurt.
On a charm this small, you'd be able to get.
I'm writing on one side and the other.
Oh, in which case you'd be able to get the whole thing. All right. And Pharos, you're able to get a good chunk of this done. You'll probably want maybe another couple days to finish weaving in some of the other details, and then for finalizing and filling in, because right now you've been doing the design work for it, which that part's been easy. It's getting in all the details and then filling them in. Filling them in is going to be the part that's going to take you just a bit of time to make sure that you don't ruin any of the details and textures, but beyond that, just a few more days to finish the textures to make sure that the holy symbol is done correctly.
This just makes my life easier if I do that.
Okay. Gotcha. And during that time, Karg takes third watch with Pharos. And you both get a chance to watch morning break. And as morning breaks over this evening, I'd say about a week and a half has passed. And I will type this out for everyone who doesn't take notes real quick, as you go and see in the distance the walls of Nivoten, or Nivoten. Just a reminder again. And this city, by the way, it looks really nice. It's got high walls that there's not really a full gate per se. It's large slanted walls with a big stone and wood gate. And as you're beginning to approach, you actually notice bits of the sky changing.
Changing how?
As you see words being written. And basically it's stuff like Shop at Carl's for all your needs. Come to the
God,
Emporium.
Yes.
wizard
It's
ad.
ad.
Skywrite, the wizard ad of the world, where you
I
can
literally
literally have
just put-
it in the sky.
I literally
Also-
just put in my notes, bits of the sky changes, create words, shopping Carl, fucking wizard ads.
By the way, each morning, if you've wanted any, Forrest has been offering.
Karg's been drinking the
But offer-
coffee. He takes
Oh.
it, and like the first time he drinks it, you see him
He tries to take it black, doesn't he?
he takes it black, but when he takes his drink, like he takes his drink of it, his demeanor changes for a second, and he looks older. And then after a little bit, he just kind of takes it, holds it in his hand, breathes it in, and he seems to return kind of more to himself as he kind of just shakes it off and just takes another sip of it. Good beans.
What the fuck? What happened
Nom flashbacks.
there?
And every morning it just has that little bit of the first sip always makes him look like he's like remembering something that makes him have that weight in his eyes before it kind of just lifts and he becomes himself again.
He drank coffee back in the war.
Yeah, goddamn fucking. Fuck this memory shit.
It's a peaceful sort of weight, but it's a weight nonetheless.
Okay.
As you approach the gates are open, and you see the people at the gates who are like, "Welcome, welcome, yeah, welcome, welcome." And then you see like two other people like chanting in the background as they look very bored, just like. Elisha, you can roll an Arcana check to see if you can pick up any of the words they're hearing, to see if you can piece together what they're trying to do.
Am I just like allowed to comprehend languages?
No,
Mm.
because it's not a language.
Okay. I'll take that.
Okay. As you're getting closer, you realize they're midway through it, so it takes you a moment to process it. They're ritual casting detect magic.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Trying to see what we got on us.
Basically. And it appears that they don't have like any magic items to do it for them, so they literally just have two people on either side, so that you have to walk through. Granted, that's a decent amount of area for you to be able to pass through, but at the same time, 60 feet.
This
you guys
is-
go in and out. They're able to very easily detect if you guys have magic and whatnot.
So
This is
every
the
single
wizard
one of us
version, isn't
ping.
First of all. Second of all, this is basically just the wizard version of those
Airport
things
security.
that make it so. Well, airport security for sure. They're absolutely metal detecting, but magic.
Yep.
But also those things at supermarkets where it's like, oh shoot, you didn't pay for this thing. We're gonna let everyone in the store know.
Oh yeah, the things they have at Walmart where it's like it didn't register, you didn't pay, so
Yep.
it's just like beep,
That's
beep,
the
that
one.
really loud, obnoxious. Oh god.
Yeah, it's like you're walking in and suddenly it's like, I see you you didn't pay for this. The little tags on there are still on there. Yeah, no.
It happens so often at my Walmart that someone just fucks up on checking you out that shit happens. Like every time I'm there, someone pings and it's like, what the fuck?
You had one job. Buy your shit.
No, sometimes it's not even them stealing it. Like sometimes it legit just fucks over and they haven't scanned it.
Oh, you mean that they? Oh,
Like
no.
the clerk, yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no. I actually worked at Office Depot Mac, so there's like magnetization on certain stuff that if you don't demagnetize it, it'll make that. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, that's exactly what this is. Which as you guys approach, you see like one of the people like mid-word just kind of hold up a finger, and the guard nods, and as soon as his hand goes down, which is when you're approaching, the guard steps forward. Excuse me, you've been selected for a random search.
Who has?
You have. Your cards.
Oh, I was like,
They step up to you guys. So basically, the person who's casting detect magic
Yeah.
senses the magic items you have and holds a finger. He can tell what the types of different magic they are, but at the same time, he's like, hold on. Them.
Would you
And then,
like some coffee?
I out of character, Guru. When you said random search, I office looked off to the side.
You're like, oh really? I mean, to be fair,
Well,
most people who aren't wizards would look at this and be like, I didn't do that.
would you like some coffee, gentlemen?
No, thank you. We're not needing any. Kind of pauses and look back to the other guy. The other guy makes like a. He guy like looks at you. I don't remember what magical items you have.
Who?
Not, yeah, Butters.
Oh.
I don't.
I have one.
I know you have one. I don't think it had anything to do with your coffee. Where would you have it on your person?
With the coffee.
Dangling off me belt.
Okay. He looks and he kind of points at your belt. So he's like, "We can wait on coffee for later. We just need to go over a few things real quick. All right. Any weaponry that you're bringing into the city, please present it."
Shoot. Ellie pulls out her axe.
I'll pull out my mace.
I pull up both short swords, the daggers, and.
Oh wait, did you mean non-magical or magical weapon?
Preferably magical first, if you got it. We got to make sure that this is registered in our systems. We make sure that no one's coming in with something that might accidentally be cursed. And you understand.
I am, by my oath, I am obligated to say, if you were searching my, weapons, my various body parts are technically weapons. I am obligated to inform you.
Fucking monks.
That is a way to put it.
Forgive me. We've had a few guardsmen who have been elected as part of their duties from the open hand. They're good people. They come from the monastery of the Trembling Earth.
Have I heard of that?
You have heard of it. It's not the most big place, but they tend to be in highly popularized areas. So there's people who are like, I'm gonna go learn martial arts, and then they go to the Trembling Earth. And well, the reason why it's called the Trembling Earth is because if you can't stand the ground shaking, you're gonna go home in tears. Because they're open hand. They're known for knocking people on their butts.
Oh, okay, that is fair, I guess.
Can I
I'm,
forgive me? I
I'm
don't
a
mean to do
member
this.
of- I'm a member of the Order of the Dawn.
Order of the Dawn. He holds up a finger, like pulls out a slip and he just writes that down. Order of the Dawn. Give me 1 second here. He takes out a bracelet. He kind of motions to you. Can I just see your hand real quick? Just gonna slap this on so that way anyone who sees you is aware if they're trying to pick a fight. You are a person who is designated as having magical weaponry on your person and therefore should not be lightly handled. There's some thugs who we still have from time to time who still think that they can just, put themselves into dangerous
Well,
situations.
mine
against people
doesn't
like
help
yourself.
me fight, but okay.
I never said it did, but there's people out there who will think otherwise.
We'll just let him put it on.
He puts it on you, and he puts it on the rest of you guys because you have magic weapons. He doesn't put one on Karg because Karg does not have a magic weapon.
Nope.
In fact,
Does Elisha?
Yep.
Yep, Elisha does.
The short sword.
Sure.
Technically, but yes.
And
Is it like a +1 short sword?
Yeah, it's not a fancy magic weapon. It's a magic weapon.
Yep, and the flail that is just kind of in the cart is not technically magical. It was made in the elemental planes, but it is not magical. He does hold up his hand and show that he has the ring, but when they looked at it, it's just like, it's basic magic. It takes maybe a month to make and whatnot. Yeah, that's easy stuff. We're not gonna ping you for that. Just don't go walking over and trying to make yourself seem like a divine entity. We had 3 people try that last month, and I swear by all that is good upon the holy lands of this world, we do not have enough holy fire to destroy people who try and do stuff like that. Carter just kind of stares at him for a moment, just like, I'll keep that in mind. It's like, he has no idea what else to say, just like, sure. Me, a cleric, trying to deify myself. Yeah, I'm totally gonna do that.
Does he even have his holy symbol out, to be fair?
On a shield.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean anything if there's people trying to be con artists. So they have to take him at his word. But at the same time, people are apparently trying to be con artists in this place.
No, I was asking at the Mia cleric conference, like, if they don't see your holy symbol, do they even know?
You can have a holy symbol and not be a cleric. It is a thing.
I'm saying that I don't know if you can be a cleric without having, like, a holy symbol of some sort.
Yeah, if you have to have some kind of holy symbol if you want to use.
That's what I'm saying. Like him saying, "Be a cleric." It's like if you don't.
Hold on. If you want to be specifically, if you want to be a cleric, you can use spells that require a material component without needing to have the material component, as in they don't have a gold component, because that holy symbol is their spellcasting focus.
Technically, they can grab a component spell.
They technically could, yes. But most tend to grab the holy symbol and just slap it on their shield, because that's a much easier way to do that. Kind of.
I'm crying.
But they have it engraved into it, actual fancy looking stuff.
I mean, it's hard to tell. Who would you think is a cleric more, me or Carl?
By appearance alone, most people would probably say you. Like,
racism? No.
Yeah, a little bit.
I am human.
I mean, he's an orc, and he's a big, beefy man. Cleric is not the first thing most people think of with him. I'll be honest. But eventually, after they slap those on, they're like, anything else in the cart that's... No bringing in live produce, or...
Guru.
Nope. Yep.
Did they want to know about just weapons?
No, they wanted to know magical items. They went over magical weapons first.
Yeah.
I mean, they can see that I have a ring. Yeah.
They don't have you take them off. They just they make sure to have the guy who has the detect magic. He's looking them over, and as soon as you show him, he's just kind of like, no, they're not dangerous if they're not dangerous. Which most of the danger is coming from the weapons.
Does the Arcana Phage or Air Elemental think pink is magic?
The Air Elemental flail?
No, not the flail. I have its essence.
Oh yeah, that shit.
That does ping, and they kind of look at that. They kind of look at you like, in its raw form, it shouldn't. They look at each other like.
Oh yeah, that's right. I show him the cloak.
Which cloak?
My cloak of Elvenkind gear.
We have too much shit already.
Yep.
We got a lot of stuff in that last city.
Yep. They look at the cloak of Elvenkind. They just he deadpan looks at you, just like, please don't cause any trouble in our city. We have plenty of people who can overcome that, and we will find you if you do.
Would you like some coffee?
Yeah, I could actually use some coffee. Coffee sounds great. If you want, we actually sell coffee here.
I'll take out one of my spare cups, it's like a teacup, basically. Pour some in it.
He holds up his hand when you're holding it up. He's like, hold on. He takes out his own mug. It's a tiny bit bigger, but he's like.
I had a flashback to the guy from the Iron Giant who has the fucking coffee mug that lifts it to his face, shaking because he's just so stressed.
Yep. Hey, Guru, for the sake of brevity, I just show him all my magic stuff, because I got a lot of magic stuff.
The Cloak of Elvenkind would have been one that they would have remarked on as just don't cause shit. Just because you're sneaking, please, for the love of all that's good in this world, don't lose your shit. We don't need someone running around with a cloak like that.
Are we done? Just asking.
None of the items you have seem to be illicit. If you're selling this stuff that you've brought in, motioning to what Ellie showed, please make sure you go through the proper channels and that they are signed through the proper paperwork. Otherwise, it'll.
This is mine.
I understand. I'm saying if you are selling it, I have to go through the.
I'm not.
I'm going through my P's and Q's. Give me a second.
What idiot would sell this instead of making a weapon out of it?
Selling it to people who can do that. Obviously. Well, can you make anything out of it?
Yes.
Good for you. If you are selling it, make sure that they fill out the proper paperwork, dot their I's and cross their T's, and make sure that when they're done, they're not accidentally, selling it on the black market. I don't need to hear anything more about the black market. Please make sure that it is sold properly on the white market. It's the opposite of the white market.
What's the white market?
They sell things in the daylight and not behind the guards' backs.
Okay.
So the black market is the opposite.
That's rude. They're rude.
Yeah.
Look, okay, in my defense, I really doubt that a fucking tribesman would know what the black market quote-unquote is.
No, that's why he explained that it's the opposite of the white market, which he does explain that the, daytime market and such is called the white market. Because it is in the sun.
Thank you for your information.
Of course. Please be on your way. Next!
She'll hop out the cart and start walking.
The place, as soon as you enter, is quite stunning. And a lot of the things that you can see in this place, probably magically made. There's various things from people walking around, like showing off little shows that they're like, yeah, look at this, very common magical items, like a cloak of many fashions, as you see one person like looking at another person's cloak, pulling on the string and make it go change into that one, just like, I like this look better, yeah. You see people walking around just like, unbreakable arrows, get your unbreakable arrows over here. You see this place is clearly just permeating with a magical sense to it, and the buildings themselves look to have been magically forged as well. It's both remarkable, stunning, and a little bit daunting. Yeah, daunting. Just how much power and energy likely had to be put in to make this place. And much like in the other city you saw, there are occasionally people that you see walking around with shield guardians, just kind of their necklaces on and the shield guardians walking behind them, carrying stuff for them, acting the best way I can put it, imagine iRobot. That's kind of how it looks, because some of them have been customized.
Don.
What?
I want to get a shield guardian. When you say iRobot, then I don't want to get a shield guardian.
I like how Mad went from, oh man, I really want one of these. Imagine like iRobot, where all the robots are helping the people out. Oh, I don't want this anymore.
Let's think about other movies, like Terminator.
There you go. There you go. That's another good one.
And Ex Machina.
Of course. Have we made many movies where the robot's the good guy? Like, and actually all the robots are?
Superman.
That's the only one that comes up off the top of my head.
To be fair though, that is, a singular robot that was an alien who had its head dented. So,
So he's Goku, got it.
Yep. That being said,
I just wandered a random direction.
Oh, Mad, got it. Think Real Steel.
I would prefer Real Steel.
There we go. That's another good one.
Great, but no.
Yes.
How about robots featuring Robin Williams? Those are some ones that aren't necessarily evil.
Also, did you say roll stealth?
No, I said in a random direction on your own.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll a d6.
D6.
She just hopped off the cart and started walking.
Okay. So you hopped off the cart, everyone walks in, and Ellie is currently walking to the right.
Shopping mall. Sorry, that's the last one.
Yes, another good one. Yeah. So yeah, Ellie is walking away.
Yeah, I go follow her.
Okay.
You don't have to come with me.
Where exactly are you going?
Mm-hmm.
You're just going.
Mm-hmm.
Karg looks up into the sky, just kind of like, oh my gosh, kind of looks back at Pharos. Pauses as he's about to say something, and slowly looks back to the sky. Looks back to Pharos. Don't look up.
What does it say?
I'm looking up.
You're not there.
Damn.
You went after Ellie, so yeah, he's whispered that to Pharos, just don't look up.
I am looking as he looks up.
Apparently, there's probably a younger wizard who apparently got their hands on Skywrite.
Please tell me he made a dick.
He didn't make a dick. He has to use words. That being said,
10, 15.
Well, he certainly said unflattering things about Carl's establishment.
Ooh, calling out Carl.
Wait, do we see either of them looking up?
What does it say?
Technically, you see his head tilted towards a slightly upwards direction, not full.
Yeah.
Because remember, his eyes are completely.
Right.
Yeah. What does it say?
Unkind things about
I need
Carl's
details.
He wants delicious deets.
I need the juice.
He needs the tea.
It says
Coffee.
Carl's establishment shits its own dick.
God, it's like the Game Grumps episode of Mickey
Licks it.
Mouse. It's like the Game Grumps episode of Mickey Mouse Capade. Well, shit, Grumps dicks all over my ass. Like,
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. He's just. Yeah. He's like. I can't believe you just forced me to say these words.
I'm terribly sorry I wasn't here to witness it.
Ellie will gently tap Elisha's shoulder.
I'll look back down and walk towards
Don't
them.
often say this. I would prefer to be alone.
I would like to insight.
You can tell she wants to be
She
alone.
wants to be alone.
Yeah, what was that say?
Yeah, but I want to know why you want to be
You
alone.
can't get
Ask her
that
questions.
insight.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not going to
because-
read your
no,
mind.
you can't. Yeah, insight can't read someone's mind.
You can just
Yeah.
read their general mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
And
just
her
going to
mood
go over
is-
general mood, but if y'all want me to ask.
She's not hiding it. Her general mood is that she's asking you to be alone.
Are you alright?
She sends her a smile. I'm fine.
Now that you can insight.
You don't want to insert
Yeah.
your head.
Yeah, the forest is walking towards them now.
Ooh, that's a hot 6.
Is it forced,
She's
Paris?
Oh, it is.
It's very forced. It's like that smile that's like, eh. And it's
It's
like,
not a grin, but it's an off smile.
You know that Kermit the Frog meme where he's like extending his neck and like frowning? That's the sentiment Elisha's giving you right now.
Hello.
He walked over to you guys.
Spicy 6.
Hello.
How are you doing?
She looks off point suddenly. Just very confused.
He's been asking this every single day,
Oh, okay.
frequently. He asks us at least
What?
twice or 3 times a day.
Oh, Jesus. You asked that a lot. I'm fine.
Okay. Are you people going to buy something in the city?
I just want to take a walk.
Okay.
Alone. And she's looking at Elisha.
Everyone everyone should be allowed time to process and think.
I agree.
She will nod and not going to stop you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna make sure Karg doesn't try to follow.
As you guys were, after you left and whatnot, you heard him like click his teeth, click his tongue, and you're like, okay, he's gonna probably follow. Just make sure he doesn't. As you turn around, you don't see Karg anymore.
Holy shit, what the fuck?
He has probably made his way
fine.
into the crowd at this point, and you can like with your passive perception, you can see him just like you at one point just kind of see his head because he's tall for anyone here. You just kind of see him in the distance, just like, oh, he's going into the city. Oh right, we
Just
said we were going to be here
okay.
for a while, so he's probably going to go get us an inn. We usually have him go get us an inn, so yeah, that makes sense. At least it makes sense for the rest of them. For you, it's just like, he just went into the city. Cool, he's not following us.
Okay, then. So, Elisha, yes, we will be hanging out today.
It would appear so.
And I'll just follow Elijah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get that info guru.
Well,
Info.
there's plenty of info to be found.
Meet back at the cart in about 3-4 hours.
Where's the cart going?
It's the card. Yeah.
It will be at a tavern in town. I'll bring it.
He has the cart.
Card.
You jumped
took
off the cart and
card.
walked away.
Here's the thing. Then how is he in a crowd?
He was in a crowd because he had the cart moving and people moved around him.
So traffic, not crowd.
Yes, traffic.
Better
I
way
will.
to put
I
it.
will also let you guys know that after about an hour, Karg will use sending on Ellie to let her know that he has found an inn, and then he will message Alasha just to make sure that it is doubly verified. Hey, I found a place for our inn. I have rooms for us. I didn't know how many, so I'm sorry. Hey, I found rooms for us. I didn't know how many to get. Don't worry, we'll work that out when you get here. Be safe.
But when you get the message, if you tell Faraz you got it, he'll say, ask him how he is doing.
I will inquire as to his well-being.
Pharos, you get a sending. So he's using all 3 of his 3rd level spell slots for this.
Do not eat my blanket!
And those are the words he tells.
Pharos, you get... I'm fine. There's an Angla temple here. I'm thinking of trying something if the priest here allows it. Might be a bit late getting back.
Okay. I hope you are not still agitated by the dwarf situation. Everyone has their reasons. I hope that you have a good rest of the day.
Somewhere on the other side of the city, Karg pauses, remembers the dwarf situation, is again agitated from that. He's just, motherfucker. He'd been over it for the last week. Now he's agitated again. I kid. A little.
Just suddenly you hear very faint, motherfucker, from the other end of the city.
That being said, who do I want to go with first here? Because this is where I can get into some fun stuff. Oh, I feel like Paris would have I could have a lot of fun with, but at the same time, I could have so much fun with these two. Don't see. She's alone. I'm gonna go with. Yeah,
She's alone, but to be fair, I'd rather be in a fight versus us two than just her.
Oh, absolutely.
Because trust me, with me and Alasha, I think us two would be a lot more merciful.
Obviously. That being said, Paris, are you looking for anything? Or are you
She's
just wandering?
blindly wandering.
Roll a D100.
Oh, fun!
You're doing a blind wander event.
That's a weird number.
Oh.
Dude, can I roll something to add a +1 to that?
What?
Can I roll anything? Give me a target number to add a +1 to that.
No!
For
Let
what
me
purpose?
have this number.
Because what's 1 higher than 41?
Sure, 42. It's still in the range of what she would eventually be able to find.
She finds the meaning of life.
That's 24!
No, that's
What?
42.
No,
It's-
the answer to the question is 42, but we do not know the answer to that question.
I was
Or we
making
do not
a
know the
Spo-
question.
I was making a SpongeBob reference.
I
The
know.
only
we were
thing
making
better
a-
is 25.
Yeah, but we were speaking of Hitchhiker's Guide.
Obviously. That being said, as you're going through, you kind of bump into a few people. I see a few humans, various other races, a tiefling, and as you're going through, you hear this odd, kind of rhythmic, like.
What's that?
Wally.
I'll look around for the noise.
As you're looking around, you see a person who is clearly some kind of salesman. And there's several other people who are helping to work with these little things. you're honestly not fully sure what they are, and they look weird. They've got these thin, spindly little arms and legs, like for like where their arms and legs would be, with these very like thin, almost insectile like hands with actual like 3 fingers and a thumb on each hand, with their palms being only this tiny, maybe like 2 inches wide for a palm. It's not a very thick palm. And one of them is like turning around, like turning its entire top half around on this circular piston gear thing. Despite the fact that it has like a squarish upper body and a squarish lower body, it just turns around to speak, like start clicking and waving his hands for someone behind it. There's another one that's just, instead of being block-like, it's triangular, like a pyramid that's been put point down. And instead of having just a pair of legs, it's got 6 pairs of legs.
What the hell?
With 3 arms, one coming out of each center, with the single eye on each, as it kind of is looking around like this ever vigilant sentry, just kind of like moving around, but very pleasantly. There's trying to hold 3 conversations at once, clearly failing, as it like continues to turn back to one person, as it just like basically looks like it's skittering back and forth in a circle. And some people are laughing at it just good-naturedly. And one of the things that you eventually kind of see is this circular orb with little mechanical wings, like is flying overhead as it lands on the top, and like there's like 3 of them like doing this little tap dance, trying to get people's attention, just like throwing their fingers out like da 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 da.
Is there a sign amongst this chaos?
Eventually, you are able to kind of push your way forward so you can actually see it, and the sign's not above the place. This apparently is either a traveling merchant or someone who's just new to town, because there's no sign like over top of it, but there's a sign closer to like the bottom where you actually have to get up close, which is possibly a marketing tactic, because if you see something like this and you want to know what it's about, you have to get closer to see it, and then once you're there, you're right in front of the main series of events. And the marketing name of this place is called Prime Wonders.
What the fuck is a fucking tourist attraction?
Good, did you see the question I put in roll?
Bong gets 12. Why do I know that fucking reference?
Do you?
It sounds familiar. Help me.
No. No help.
Yeah.
No help.
I don't know if you know it. We may have mentioned it to you a
You
few
might
times.
have. That might be why it sounds familiar.
Yep.
It's a Monday game.
It's a Monday game, yeah. As you
I know
see,
what these fucking things are.
Oh, the bell!
yeah, as you see, it's kind of a respirator kind of voice like this.
Oh God, sweet Jesus! I might break his windpipe to shut him up.
As you see a Kenku.
Oh my fucking god, Guru, you didn't.
There's
When
no
I
way.
made this place and when I heard about what happened to him, yes, I did.
Motherfucker.
It's not. It's not.
Motherfucker, Guru.
Did you just put Shuffle in front of me?
This is not
No,
Shuffle. No,
that
this
is not
Okay, thank
Shuffle.
God.
his name is
Thank
not the
God.
same. He is based loosely off of him. Think of him like a distant cousin, because this is a completely different world. But the idea of it, I liked it and I rolled with it. He sounds like in real world terms like one of those people who has the little things they put up to their neck to
The
speak
voice
with.
box.
The voice box, yes.
Or the
And
artificial one, technically.
The art, yes. And from the look of it's like a collar around his neck. It appears that he has some kind of artificial voice box that is
He's
allowing
got
him
an
to.
up collar.
It's kind of,
Yep.
yeah. He's got an up collar and is allowing him to speak. He's like, "Welcome to the festivities. Welcome to the Prime Wonders. Would you like to know more about what is going on here? We have plenty of things for you to see." And
What do you do with these little things? She's pointing at like the little flying creatures.
depends on what you want to do with them. If you want to buy them, they are coming in at a reasonable price. We'll be able to sell them to you, and they'll be able to be very happy, handy servants, depending on
Define
what your needs
reasonable.
are. What do you mean by reasonable? Like squints at you, like leans forward, like, "Are you looking to buy one? Because I've got plenty for you to look over."
Maybe.
Excellent.
I'm curious, but if it's too expensive, I can't do it.
It depends. What kind of service are you needing?
What do they do?
Depends on what you're looking for. You see one of the orb ones meet with a cube one, as the cube one kind of like starts pushing you to the side, and like, no, you're like this, and the circular one's like kind of bumblingly like that, like, and it's like basically trying to lead them as he kind of walks you towards the shop, like, follow me. I will walk you through our selection.
Can I pick the orb one?
The orb is fine.
The orb is a medium-sized creature. These are all medium-sized creatures.
Can I pick up the orb one?
Yeah, you pick up one of them, and it kind of like starts kind of flailing as it's all of a sudden just like, I have been lifted, like its singular eye just looking around wildly, just like and it like focuses in you and like seems like settle down for a second and just like
She sends it a smile.
tilts its head. It's like its whole eye like rotates, like its body doesn't rotate, just the eye socket seems to rotate.
Wait, Don, does this thing have legs?
Yes, and they're kicking very slowly as you hold it in the air.
What did its legs look like?
Spindly. Very thin.
It's Blinky! Oh.
Ah,
I will put it down.
that is a monodrone. They are very
No,
cheap,
that was
very
that I
reasonable.
was saying it's Blinky.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying that he is motioning to the fact that you've picked it up. That is
They
a
look in
monodrone.
distress.
They are not in. They are only in distress because they are being worked over by their bosses. Kind of motions to the other one. They are much higher intellectuals with what they're able to do. However, the kind of motions to the creature, the monodrone as it is referred to, are dense. Not exactly the most intelligent of creatures. That being said, they can get by with menial tasks and be able to assist with various things that you require to do.
Would it be able to help me hunt?
He kind of like rubs his chin for a second. Hypothetically, yes, they would be able to help you hunt. They are able to wield weapons such as javelins
No,
or bows.
that's not what I mean.
Or be able
Finding.
tracking. Heh, not exactly. They are not exactly the sort that are very good about tracking things. However, they can help carry your equipment and help you in other ways. And they likely will not complain when you go hunting. They will simply follow your directives and help keep you alive.
This is a clockwork creature, isn't it?
Some kind of clockwork creature,
You
yeah.
could say
Like the
that.
whole thing has this brass look to it, and like when you picked it up, and it, like I said, there's like a chassis where it has the eyeball, and that tilted instead of its head tilting because it can't tilt its head, but you could sense an emotion, like emotions from this thing. This thing has some form of sentience to it, kind of. Kind of looks like a little Mike Wazowski things, but it has little wings on it. Mechanical wings, but they appear to be made out of soft material that is probably meant to keep this thing airborne. And it's very light, you notice. Like it's almost
What
like
is
it's
it made
hollow,
of?
but, the shell,
Besides
the
Smith's
outer,
tools, anyway.
the outer casing looks to be brass.
Can I figure out some work? Like, I know I can't figure out the full mechanics of it, but can I figure out some of how this thing works?
Make an intelligence
I
check.
doubt even Alasha with a nat 20 could.
I'll allow her to make an intelligence check, but you know, not
Smith's tools are just straight intelligence.
straight intelligence. Smith's
'Cause
tools are not
it's
going
not
to be able
from-
to. Yeah, no.
Oh, see, it's not from this fucking plane of existence.
Wow! I actually rolled to GM, but wow!
And 18 intelligence. You have no idea how this thing works. Like
Yeah.
you have an idea. Like you have an idea of how the joints work. Like you've done Smith's tools enough to be able to know, hey, this is how the wrist would work. This is how the things would allow it to work in a socket to allow its shoulder to move. How the legs would be able to move. The wings, well, you picked it up, so this thing is lightweight. Like you felt like components kind of shifting around in it. Not fully. It'd be like picking up a person and feeling their ribs almost, but whatever's inside this thing, you have no idea. This thing is a marvel of some kind of magic. It's gotta be.
How much would he be?
For one of these are one of our cheaper models. We're selling them for 200 gold.
How
If you're wanting
long are
something
you
with,
here?
we're here for quite some time. We should be in here till the end of the week. If you're wanting something with a bit more intelligence and perhaps a bit more attempting to be of a kind of like motions around like more attempt at complex emotional. Well, forgive me. These things are not always the easiest things to explain to people who do not understand their workings. He motions to. It looks like two cubes on top of each other, with a gear and a screw in between it. It's the one that was turning around before, and he motions that one. This is a duodrone. These ones are higher thinking and are only costing 500 gold. A real steal, as they have higher intelligence and more abilities with which to be able to assist you in various things you may need.
You mean higher intelligence? I'm sorry, I understand what you mean when you say it.
It understands more complex things that you say to it, rather than just only be able to follow simple tasks.
She's still holding the fucking water.
It's just like gone limp. It just kind of like it's accepted his purpose in life as just being held by you.
Good. Do you want me to post pictures of them?
Sure.
Alright.
That way she has an idea of what they look like.
So I'll
I think I
start with
do, because I think I've seen these things before in either the Tome of Beasts or the Monster Codex.
They're not in either.
I've seen this fucker somewhere. It might not be where I think it is, though. Well, it obviously isn't, but you get what I mean.
It'll be in shitpost.
One of the good things about this thing is that you cannot have your enemies attempting to make it harm you. They will not act out of its nature and therefore will not attempt to stab you or murder you in your sleep. Some people are worried about that and therefore have to make sure that it's made quite aware these things cannot be charmed in such a way that they can be forced to do things they would not normally do.
So there's mono drones out there, duo drones. Which ones are out there?
There's a tri-drone and a quadrone.
Alright. I actually posted 2 mono drones.
You're fine. The quadrone is the one that was trying to teach the monodrone that Ellie picked up. As soon as she picked it up, it kind of like looked up at you, kind of like looked at you like, huh, and then turned around. It like that one looks like it's got a lot more of a bit more of a not an angry face, just like a contemplative look as it kind of stares at you.
The fact that it has lips is terrifying.
Yeah, the tri-drones are a bit terrifying with their lips.
Even the monodrones have lips.
Yep,
and the monodrones have lips.
Yep.
Is there anything that doesn't have a mouth?
Oh, you think that's the scariest one?
Yeah, don't show him the last one. That one's not in the shop.
Alright,
but
show
the
picture.
monodrone, like it basically looks like a Mike Wazowski if it was brass instead of green.
Out of character, do any of these have no mouths?
No,
They'll
they'll have mouths. And this one, like, it's very like
Hey,
thin-lipped. So it's like as you're like holding it, it just makes like a.
Does its mouth move when it makes that noise?
Yes.
Oh God.
That one's a tri-drone.
That's terrifying. Why is it the more complex they get, the bigger their lips get?
Trust me, the quadrone has thinner lips.
Somehow I feel like that's even worse.
Can I please show the pentadrone for fun?
Maybe not.
Dang
Not
it.
until after session.
Alright.
I don't need her screaming about that in session yet, because he doesn't have it in shop.
So set the monodrone down. If you're staying here, then I'll probably come back, because currently I'm just looking for a bar.
If you're looking for a bar, I can also direct you to there. If you head down the way to the right, just keep going down the road. It'll be on your right-hand side. If you're looking for a pub crawl, go to that bar, ask for directions, take a shot, and then try and follow them. It's a good time every time.
I appreciate the directions.
Of course.
And the recommendation.
Of course, I do my very best.
She'll put a gold in his hand and pat the monodrone and start heading in the way that he directed.
As you pat his head, it's like kind of bounces slightly, looks up at you, and gives like this slow wave of its hand as it stares up at you with this big one eye.
What the hell does that mean?
You don't know.
Does this thing look sad?
Maybe. staring at you with that big one eye.
Can you hold on to that one for me?
I can indeed. What's your name?
Ellie.
No worries, Ellie. And he takes a piece of paper, writes Ellie, and then wraps it around the wrist of the monitor. And the monitor just kind of looks at it, just gently starts playing with it.
It's dumb, like me.
It's actually dumber than you. And you're able to go find a bar.
Cheese pub crawling.
Of course. So you take a drink after you ask for where the bar is, and then you try and find the direction. As alcohol kicks in, you're just kind of like, find the bar, just go that way, and then...
Do you want me to roll a Carl to see how drunk she is?
Nah. You're pub crawling. As expected, you're going to get drunk at some point.
She's trying to avoid getting totally blackout drunk.
Mm-hmm. But you're doing a
She
pub
wants-
crawl regardless.
She wants her ability and speech still mostly there.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine she knows her
Someone tries
limit.
to pick a fight.
She
Yeah.
would, yeah.
So she's trying to avoid like the stumbling drunk bullshit.
Right.
Guru 97 zombies, that's all I'm saying. Just like that.
That's a lot of zombies. I could just...
Dice don't lie, Guru, you know what I mean? It was right there.
It was right there, clearly. Like, no explanation, but I mean, it's right there, you know?
Exactly.
That's a little in-joke for our Monday game.
I don't have enough crackers for this, guys.
So moving on to Mad and Butters. Where are you guys wanting to head?
Me.
Mad.
Sorry, I'm laughing at. I rolled a 97 on
Do you want to know that means I killed
Seven.
97 zombies?
these.
That is literally an argument. That's literally an argument
But
one
I
of our players
rolled it.
tried to have.
Yeah, and it gets me every time.
But
I
yes.
want to find information on hag hearts and
Ooh.
giant parts.
Like the giant parts that were sold?
I want that to be a book entirely. I beg of you.
I'm just gonna keep a slight eye out for like anything that would interest me.
To start.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
I will
And a
assist.
perception check.
Oh,
For you. You're the
okay.
perception check.
I will assist.
You cannot assist
Well-
each other. You're doing one or the other.
Ah,
These are
Y'all have
separate
to look
rolls.
for your own
Start with
stuff.
her. I will assist her thing first. I'm not interested in mine too much. I will have time.
I make note of this.
I laid down to stretch, and the dog has attacked me.
Dog loves you. You know this. We've discussed this. So,
Is the bracelet I'm wearing at all uncomfortable?
It ain't like a hospital bracelet.
If it was uncomfortable, I'd probably take it off.
do you attempt to take it off?
No, he says it's not uncomfortable.
So eventually you kind of ask, do you ask around or are you just looking?
I'll ask around.
Okay. A few people just ask to kind of buy it as soon as you bring it up. But when pressed, they don't know what it actually does. They just apparently think that it's got some value to it because it's, you know, hag heart. Kind of sounds like it'd stand out. Eventually, though, as you're talking to them, they begin slowly whittling down till you get to a singular name. The name of someone who might be able to help you more specifically determine what you can do with it or what can be done with it. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this, so I'm going to type it into here. They eventually point you towards Galixern.
Okay.
Or, sorry, Galixern.
All right.
Gaelixern. Let me give the first name. Pixrin.
That's a big name. Alright, I'll go seek them out.
Eventually you find a shop. It's not like a hole-in-the-wall sort of shop. It is a decently sized shop. A standard, like, big city sort of place would have.
Mhm.
And looking around the place, it is got lots of various scents to it that appear to come from various things, smoking, incense, and whatnot. And as you're walking in, you just hear this. As you look up and you see a pseudo dragon looking down at you, just kind of tilting his head. Tongue flickers out.
I give scrunches.
It's not near for you to scritch until you motion for it, and it as soon as you do, it kind of like tilts its head and then just runs over and just kind of like moves up like, gimme, scritches, gimme.
I give.
He seems very happy
Emphatically.
with it. Yep. And as you begin doing it, you hear a faint, someone at the door. Ah, God. Hold on. As you hear the little pseudo dragon turn around and go, yes, I know, I will be there in a second. Oh my goodness. 1 second. Oh, there's always at the worst of times. 1 second, I'm coming. As you see a blue-scaled dragonborn woman step out, kind of brushing off their arms as they set down a few, after setting out a few beakers full of various questionable liquids, some with parts that seem to be kind of just floating aimlessly in them. Kind of slides into the back slowly before moving towards the desk area. Basically just ignores it, walks right around it. And you! What have you been up to? Kind of like holds out her hands as the pseudo dragon jumps into him, and she just gives little scritches. Come on, Scrunch, don't be like that. I wasn't giving you that little attention. Kind of like leans onto his back, like flails its arms, and is like, yes, scritches under its chin as it makes little noises. Oh, people, hi. How may I help you?
Hello. I was informed that you would be the person to speak to about giant parts and hag hearts.
Scrunch crawls up her shoulders and seems to be like looking at her, looking at you, looking at her, and just like slowly curls around. You can see him like gripping into her shirt, and like looks like he's like holding on as his tail moves up, and he just kind of slowly just like tightens it as much as he can. And you see her just kind of go, sounds wonderful. She holds out a hand and just you hear the whack of her thing turning from open to close. One moment as she begins moving high speed, just running around this place. This place is messy, but as soon as she picks up a wand, just things start to just go as she's trying to just basically clean up, move things back into place, into some semblance of order in one section of the room, as she's trying to essentially clean out an area with some chairs, a coffee table that's got way too many things on it that it should not have, as things are just being like moved very carefully. Just flicks her wand and kind of motions you, please have a seat, I'll be right with you. Please, go on. Can I make you some tea?
I will accept this offer of tea.
Excellent. Flicks her wand again, and you hear a faint, shall I take just a bit? And for you, sir? Motions to...
He will sit and go, I had coffee.
Ah, Of course. It's like a slow nod or just, fair enough. Wasn't expecting that, but okay.
The
I thought that was more of a
Beautiful
northerner drink.
I am a bit more north than here, I believe.
That's fair. I'm more westerner, actually.
Guru, I am more northerner a bit, right?
Yes.
Thought so. Yeah.
I'm more western, actually. Came over with some sailors a while back from Fortville. Beautiful place. Stormy weather that makes lightning just crackle through the sky. Ah, it's home. Granted, it also is a place where some islands had sunk a while back. Apparently, some people decided that they wanted to summon a creature from the depths, and when they forgot to give it its proper offering, it sunk it. So, the usual manner of don't mess with things you don't know how to fucking deal with. Which is why I decided to learn how to fucking deal with things. But you don't want to be here about my life story. You are here about Hagharts. She eagerly just jumps into she literally pole vaults herself over a chair into it, just sits down bouncing just for a second. So, begin. Tell me. Heart? Hag? What kind? Big? Tall? Squat? Give me the details. Give me the details.
Large. Most certainly powerful. Although at the time didn't really. More magical augmentation as opposed to natural physicality.
Oh, all hags are strong. It just seems to be a
This
thing with them.
was stronger than normal.
You faced a hag before this one? And you didn't grab its heart too?
Stronger because she held gauntlets that increased her strength. That we knew did so after my companion also donned them and grew more powerful.
I highly doubt she had those for herself. Maybe to give to an underling at some point so that they would be able to believe they had some form of strength and then she could rip it away from him. It sounds like a very haggish thing to do.
She wore them on her hand.
They were in her bag.
Oh, I thought you said they were on her hands.
They were in her bag.
That's odd. I could have sworn. Oh well, redact that then.
No, she was naturally very strong.
That's what I thought, but I was like,
You were
did she
correct,
also
yeah.
like make a real song?
No, she had that in her bag.
All right. Oh, hold on. I gotta go back to the notes to see what I got on this lady.
After inquiring someone who had
You can add a bit.
After inquiring with someone who lived in the area, we surmised that this was an anise hag.
Go on.
I will. No, you know what? I'm not gonna do that yet.
We were able to best her and discovered her place of residence. But most importantly, we were able to stop her from terrorizing the nearby community.
As they would. They're known for being dangerous entities. To say the very least, of course. Of course.
Quite so. I am curious.
Mm-hmm.
With most creatures, you are able to skin them or remove certain vital organs and make things with them.
Mm.
Does this also apply to hags?
Depends on the hag. Depends on the circumstances as well. If you were close to a portal, it may have been able to completely have its remains remove themselves. The further you are away from it, the more you're able to remove from the hag. And most hags try to stay as close to one to have some piece of themselves sent back to the Feywild, so that they are not completely and utterly removed. Sometimes they respawn themselves amongst those that have passed away, but in the Feywild, time's a very fickle thing, so I don't actually know how well that would work out for them. Might actually get them caught and trapped away by someone who doesn't want them to be out doing what they should be doing, which is a very good thing for us, as we don't want them to be doing those sort of things, eh?
True. Say I...
She pours you tea, by the way.
What kind of tea?
It's a very faint, like a mint tea.
Alright.
Nothing strong, just something gentle to keep conversation going, essentially. It's warm and it's nice.
What can you do with the organs of, say, an Annis hag?
I suppose it depends. What are you looking to have done with it? An armament? Have it distilled into a potion? Potions of this magnitude can be tedious to work with, especially since you have to essentially you're not making the potion using the heart as a component, in the sense you pour the potion through the heart, and you let the heart facilitate a pumping motion to then pump it through the other side, wherein you catch it again, and then you repeat the process until it is properly brewed itself. You can actually use it for multiple usings of this to make quite a number of different potions. Meanwhile, in armament, you have to break it down into more of a, I suppose, paste, unless you're able to dry it, which is not out of the norm, and then be able to distill that further and use it essentially as part of the dowsing agent, or whatever it is smiths call it. There's a specific word for when they put a blade into water, or a shield into water, or they spray it on there.
The quenching agent.
Sure that. I'm not an armors person, or an armaments person with blades and such. I'm more of an armor myself, making of things to protect rather than to attack. As I mentioned before, I'm something of an aficionado in that regard. Nothing too major, of course. I'm not the best in the land, but I'm certainly one who can give you a run for your money if you need be.
I will keep that in mind.
Quite. That being said, if you're looking for something more done with this, your best option would be to sell it for potion making, unless you yourself are in a way aware of the manner in which to distill it and the time with which to spend distilling it, as well as how to do it without ruining the heart itself. If you want, you can sell it to me, and I can either give you a lump sum for the heart now, or if you're someone who plans on visiting me again, I can give you a discount on future potions.
Out of character, Guru.
Yes.
This is the only person I heard of, right?
You've heard of a few other names along the way, but when you went and spoke to people who knew them better, people outside their shop and whatnot, they admitted that they were knowledgeable, but if you were wanting to get detailed information, there were better people.
Hmm.
Basically, this place it attracts people to it, which is nice, which is good. But knowledge on what they're actually doing with like more intense magic, most of them would say there's a few other names that come up, and Pirin is the Pixrin. Sorry, Pixrin is the one who most people tend to label as being like, yeah, you'd go this person, this person, this person. This, oh yeah, and Pixrin. Just like it was like an afterthought, meaning that either they're new to town and just getting things set up, or they're, as you can see from their place, a smaller growing business that's once people have spoken to them, they know that they're knowledgeable, just not known.
Mm-hmm.
If you need, I can give you a moment to think it over. Your friend already looks like he's deep in thought himself. Most people tend to be deep in thought around me. I tend to speak too fast for them.
He generally looks like this.
I'm a very confused person most of the time.
That's okay. That's most people who speak with me. Forgive me. I haven't been able to hire anyone who can keep up with other people.
No, it's just I started thinking of things. I understood almost all of what you said. It's just other things went on.
Such as?
Hmm?
Such as? You said you were thinking. I enjoy a good thought or two.
What did she say that?
She enjoys a good thought.
No, before that.
What were you
Thinking.
thinking about?
He goes, I don't fully know what a hack is.
Dangerous.
1 second. She claps her hands together and she begins to weave an illusion of a very ugly creature with very wet hair pulling down, kind of spinally spindly legs, and an eye that just, it's a horrid looking creature.
That is not pleasant.
There tend to not be, but this is the sort of vibe many of them give off, even when they're not trying to disguise themselves to make themselves seem quaint. Kind of makes it disappear. They're not nice creatures. Tend to not be wanting to be helpful or friendly, although sometimes they will be. It's in their chaotic nature to do more so what is in their best interest than to do something that is
And
helpful.
how much are you willing to pay for the heart of the...
As I said, I can give you a lump sum of 2,000 gold pieces, or if you were wanting, you can get a discount on future potions if you bought them from me.
What do you think, Alasha?
If you're willing to come back here more often, I can have potions brewed up if you have something specific in mind. That way you know what you're getting your discount on, perhaps.
Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee we will be back this way in time to enjoy your potion.
To enjoy
So
it, I would
believe-
hold on to it. If you asked for an order of such things, I'd hold on to them. Please, I'm not a bitch.
Of course, I do not mean to insult. I simply mean I do not know what the travels of my party will entail. Where we will end up being in the next 2 months is a mystery.
That's fair.
Emerald Towers.
Depending on how long it takes us. But I will take the lump sum.
Not a problem at all. Let me see the heart, please.
I go into my bag and I mage hand the heart out.
She will mage hand the heart onto the table and where it can kind of be just held in the air.
Also, Guru,
Yes.
I would like to make use, if I'm paid the full 2 grand, of my fancy money lantern, please.
Of the money lantern?
The thing that that we got like way in the beginning.
Are you finally want to make use of that?
If possible, so I don't have to cart around 2,000 gold. That will crush me like an
What does
axle
it
bike.
do?
Would you like to explain it to him?
Basically, way back.
Is
First
it
or
like a
second
bag
session.
of holding, but for coins?
It's not. It's like a credit card. It's like a debit card for your bank
Oh.
almost.
Got it. It wasn't second session because I was here for second session, so probably
Oh.
first.
More than likely first, because it
That's
was when we
first, yeah.
met
Winter.
Winter, who's not technically Dove's boss, but
Not
just like her.
technically, but it's who her boss reports to.
Yeah,
They're
it's like her
detective agency,
boss
she's the
bot.
police.
Yeah, I never met any of those people.
Yeah.
That was first session.
So yeah, cool.
She examines it, looks it over, and after a little bit she kind of just nods. Well worth that and more. Okay. Give me just a moment. She stands up, moves over. She has the heart kind of following after him, sets it on the table behind her as she goes over like the bar and whatnot. And on like a little stand, something to keep it upright. She goes to the back, you hear her kind of rustling around, and then you hear ding 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 ding, and you see, her just kind of like sitting, just bobbing, waiting, kind of looking down every now and then, just looking up. Eventually, she closes it. Ugh. There we go. She comes back out. I threw in a bit extra, just because, well, let's be completely fair and honest. That's a big hag. Sets it down. Enjoy.
Yes, I was bitten by her. I would know.
Hopefully it was nothing infectious.
Do you need me to take a look at that?
It was months ago at this point. I doubt it's anything.
I can still take a look at it. Sometimes infection can take a year to fully,
Yeah.
especially ones with the magical kind. Oh boy.
She'll like unbutton the first two buttons and show the shoulder that the hag bit.
You can roll a
It's a nice
medicine
scar
check.
as far as I'm
I
aware.
hope.
Gnarly scar. Not nasty, though. Doesn't look like there's anything that's specifically becoming infectious or infected.
Just in case I rub salve over it and put a bandage.
Okay.
I will thank him for that.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot hurt.
No, not at all.
Certainly not.
But yes, thank you all so much for coming to the aficionado. And I hope we get to see you again sometime. Well, also, the full amount she gave you was 2,500.
Nice. So, Guru,
Mm-hmm.
I can go to what is essentially a bank and take out as much money as I need to when I need to, correct?
Essentially.
Just making sure.
Would you like me to put up your lantern as a handout?
Yes, please, so that I know I have the boots, but that doesn't mean I can't be crushed.
Gem lantern. Actually, I'll make it for everyone to see, so you guys can all put all your stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
So that way no one's like, well, how much is in our lantern? That way you can be like, yep, this is how much it is. There you go. Put it underneath the characters. There you go. Thought I made this a while ago. My apologies.
Yeah, all good.
Could put it in handouts, but I don't feel like it. So, that being said, is there anything else anyone wanted to do?
Then I would look for anything that interests me. Just look.
Perception check.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give him a hand.
This is getting later in the day, just so you're aware.
Yeah. I am well aware.
I realized Paris was day drinking.
Yep.
Or Ellie, rather.
I wanted to see how long it would take for you to realize that.
Yeah, no, they were fine with it. Just puts more into the pockets of people who will put money into the pockets of them at some point.
How you doing? Seth Race was fucked beyond belief.
I'm good. You?
I'm asking if you're tired.
No.
Okay.
With a 13 perception check, everything here has a bit of something interesting to see. There's people who are trying to remodify or outfit various different baubles and odds and ends and such like that.
Do I see any cute animals?
You do see a few cute animals. There is a few like dogs who are just kind of walking around. People with cats on their shoulders. A few birds.
One of them is beside you.
There's a.
I offer to pet every single one of them.
Oh my god.
The people who they're associated with seem to kind of, as soon as you're like, can I pet them? They kind of like stare at you for a second, kind of roll their eyes, and like the cats and the birds and all of the basically their familiars, as Elisha would know them to be, just from looking at them. They're all too happy to be like, yeah, sure, why not? There's a few people who are like, no, I'm in the middle, I'm on my business. The dogs, some of them are strays, and so they like shy away from you immediately. There's some who are like expectantly pawing at you, trying to get you to do something to help them out. But most of them just kind of skitter away. There are a few who are like with kids and such like that, who like when you offer to pet them, they look at the kids. When the kids are like, yeah, go, and the dog will just kind of like jump into your arms and let you pet them.
You almost hear a purring. Like, not exactly, but
A content
just
man.
very big smile. Yeah.
Very content man.
If I see an adoption agency, I'm stopping by, baby.
No adoption agency. But eventually, nothing else fully catches your eye. You guys are able to head back to the inn. And where Ellie, your pub crawl, eventually has you sitting in this inn, that barely remembering that this is the inn you're supposed to be at, head on the table, just owie. My stomach
Don,
hurts.
if she sees Jeebus at all, she would avoid that tavern.
Jeeves is there.
He's not talking about for
in,
drinking, just so you know, right?
Yeah, this is like almost dusk.
I know.
Yeah. She doesn't see Jeeves. He's probably parked out in the back, and you weren't exactly allowed to go towards the stables. You're just peeking inside. When you looked inside the place, no Karg. So, safe place to sit.
Blitz.
Blinks.
I tried to say pissed drunk, and it came out as blitz drunk.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
You just blitz through it drunk.
She's drunk enough that there's slight slurring, but she's not fucking plastered to the point that she's just halfway asleep at the bar.
Barrows and Elisha, that's the site you come into. So you see, a familiar person off in the distance, just, neat.
I'll go sit by her and just pull out the weaver stools and get back to the satch. Yeah, these men.
Just knitting. Place is not lively per se. It's got a bard kind of just off to the side, singing very more somber, lighthearted tunes. People are they're just kind of like letting their heads nod back and forth, just kind of enjoying it, but not full investment in it. There is like a few people who kind of like every now and then lean up their heads, just like hey, as they see a female bard who looks like she's getting herself ready for a performance to try and get people's attention and get some money. But not too many people are looking her way at the moment. She's just kind
I
of
will
doing her own
walk up
thing.
and give a gold piece.
The person playing the music gives a very slow nod, just very soft. Thank you.
He just nods. I don't care what kind of music it is. He appreciates that.
He nods. After a bit, the door is open and a few people kind of like they glance towards and kind of like slowly kind of sit up, just like oh, and like trying to like look a little bit more like proper and such like that. A few other people just kind of look over like what? Do you guys look?
Yes,
Yeah.
sure.
Making all that commotion.
Right.
Kind of hard not to when you're wearing armor like that. Elisha, make a
Yeah.
history check.
Oh boy.
Butters, you're gonna make me lag.
I'm starting an army.
Stop.
What?
Butters, I'm gonna lag. Stop it.
The army is being made.
Sweet check,
That
girl.
is remove your yes. Do I have to remove your privileges, Butters?
No, I'm moving them in here so they're easier to delete.
Ooh, okay, that's more like it.
You've seen the symbol on this person's armor. It's one that's shared with those of Emerald Towers, as being amongst essentially high guardsmen.
Hmm.
And he looks around for a moment, sees you guys, and looks over the bartender, looks to everyone else. Like he like looks over, like inspects you for a second, then looks to inspect other people as though he's like not sure who he's looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
inspecting
will
every
wave.
group. He doesn't acknowledge it. He like notice. He like you see him pointedly notice you and then look to someone else. Like he's clearly here on business. Is kind of the impression you get. Like not being a rude, but just business. And eventually he walks up to the bartender and he pulls out 3 keys and he sets them down on the table. I'm afraid you'll have to give this to the party. They are going to be missing a member for a while. He will be back in his own time. He said they'd pay, but he's having to take care of something.
Hello.
Hi. Taps
Who
the
are you
table.
looking
Who are
for?
you?
Found the inn I was supposed to find. That's all I need. Gives a nod to the innkeeper. May the light shine upon you, and may the wild never take your breath away. Gives a little
Do
salute
I
and
have
walks
a
out.
symbol on his fucking armor?
You're drunk. Make a history check with disadvantage.
Boy, I just told you that you would do it so her senses weren't worse.
I didn't say that your senses weren't working. Your sight's still working fine. It's your mind that may not be working 100%. You could still fight straight as an arrow,
You
but
said she was slurring.
yeah.
I said very slight slur. That's 11. Why
11.
the fuck did I put advantage on that?
We can see the disadvantage is 11.
I don't know if I would know it, so I'm just gonna.
The symbol that you can see on it, I mean, you can roll it if you want to. You've
Also,
seen
you rolled
various different
perception.
symbols.
I thought you said roll history.
Yep. I said history, Paris.
Oh, my bad.
You're
So
fine.
what's your history?
Oh, I heard perception. I don't know it then. But fuck it.
Yeah. With a history check,
Yeah.
you're not really
That one.
unfamiliar to you two. The institution that it's from, so far as you're aware, from Emerald Towers, is one of essentially someone of a high authority. The people who wear it tend to be given themselves in promise to the Lord of the land. Essentially, they are defenders of the Lord and of the lands with which he rules. He's a rather important person from what you can tell. Maybe not super high up in importance, but important in his own way. Looking down at the keys, he kind of looks them over, kind of like sighs for a second. Well, he paid in advance. Smart guy, at least. I suppose you guys wouldn't happen to know a Karg, would you?
That's what I thought it was. Yes, he is our orc friend.
Why?
Apparently, he holds out the keys to you guys. Apparently, he's got some business he's got to take care of.
I go walk after that guard and
She follows Elisha.
He
I
watches
will
the two of you
take
leave.
the keys. We will be back shortly, I assume.
He paid
My
for 2
friend
days,
just-
so just hold on to him.
He wandered off on his own. To each their own. And I'll hold out my hand for the.
He gives you a handshake, just well, at least you're polite.
Okay, may I have the keys?
He gave you the keys.
Okay, have a good day.
Girl sitting here like, give me my key, bitch!
Yeah, no, he gave you the keys.
And
You
he'll
saw-
head
you-
out the door.
Yeah, when you acknowledge that you knew Karg, he's like, okay, you guys are with him.
Yeah, I will.
He mentioned the party. He's just like, I'm not going to give it to you
Mhm.
unless you acknowledge it. But
I will catch up to them.
I'm guessing you're like not running, but more power walking, Elisha.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Did both of you to assume that's not what Ellie's doing?
Oh, so you're not running, is what you're saying.
it's
saying
drunk,
running.
Ellie. She's drunk.
She is for the last time. Never mind. Fuck it. Sure, fine.
No, that's why I asked Paris her opinion, not
Butters'
Butters' opinion. No offense, Butters, obviously.
What would she be doing?
Yep.
Sprinting after the guard to figure out what the fuck.
Yeah, I was right about that. She was upset that I said drunk.
So you sprint after him, and I'm presuming you grab his arm.
Yeah,
I
essentially.
He pauses, and you can hear this as he turns around. Yes.
Sorry, but where? Where did he go? What?
Who?
Where was he? Karg.
I'll be keeping up with her as best I can.
So skippingly, essentially, just like hop, 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 hop.
Skippingly.
Yeah.
I could keep up.
With a power walk, you can keep up. Yes.
You monks.
Okay. He slowly crosses his arms. I'm trying to think.
Is this the kind of thing where I have to bribe him, or is he genuinely thinking?
Make a charisma saving throw. Actually, hold on.
Oh!
Wait, before, hold on. Let me double check to make sure.
my.
I always have to double check this. It might be wisdom.
If it's called emotions, it's charisma.
It is not.
Ah.
It is still a charisma saving throw. You can either choose to fail it or
I fail.
yes, you fail. Elisha?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we
All three
all
of you.
making
All three
them?
of you.
Yeah,
yes.
you just said Ellie. You just said Ellie.
No, I know.
I
I was
mean,
saying
yeah.
that for everyone. My apologies. Everyone's making this.
I can choose to fail as well.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'll choose to fail because this is going to be the one time where I'm like, I don't want a good roll, and then I'm going to roll a natural 20.
So Pharaoh's is just like Pharaoh's.
So it's like, I'm good.
You feel some kind of magic coming on, and you're just like, and you
He's
just kind
fine
of like,
with tell. He's not fine with telling the truth. But he wants it to be his choice.
okay, yeah, he's gonna ignore you because you succeeded.
Real good.
Ellie and Elisha, you feel not a compellment, but you cannot tell a lie. You are within zone of truth.
I figured.
What is your connection to this Karg?
He's my fiance.
He is
Hmm.
my friend.
Yeah, like this.
Did you know of his condition?
No.
I know that he has been struck by lightning.
Wait, say
You
that
didn't
again.
mention that. Good to know.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Apologize.
You're fine. He went to the Angla temple. It's more towards the kind of motions behind him. Northern part. Don't run off, please. I'm going to finish. I imagine Ellie, like I said that because I imagine Ellie, as soon as he points, she's just like,
Yeah.
no idea what he's talking about, going to run
Heel
off.
turn.
Yeah, just like, don't run off. I don't need to waste everything right now. That being said, more towards the upward part of the hillside, there is an area where there's an orchard. It's where the Angla temple currently is, and it's where he went to go speak with some of the elders there. Something about an issue. And unfortunately, he said, or he, rather, not he said, so much as the elders could not allow him to go back because he is currently having difficulties.
With what?
Remembering how.
That's the thing. That he asked for help with that, and when one of the members tried to assist him with it,
It did not work.
He looks conflicted.
What happened?
Time and
My
time
voice is
again.
going, Jesus.
Each time someone tries to remember, it won't work.
He.
It is the pattern of how it
Why
works.
are you talking? Please, shut up.
But
That is a rude way to put it, but okay.
back to the point at hand, please.
Yeah, right now you're just talking nonsense, and I don't need you talking amongst us
She
here.
grabs her shoulders, please.
Is he looking at a holy symbol as he says it?
He does notice it, and he doesn't brush it off, but he's just kind of like, I'm just gonna keep that quiet. He's aware of your holy symbol, and he's not being rude to be rude. It's just clear that he doesn't trust you because you saved.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, you just talking in the background is basically just noise that he doesn't need, because there's already a crowd around you, and so that's not helping either. He saw something. I don't know what it was, but he pinned one of the brothers to the ground and was basically almost acting like he was going into a tribal, like, wild frenzy.
Do I know anything about anything that sounds similar to that?
No, this is new to you.
That's not good.
I'm guessing I don't either.
Because that sounds like a rage, is why I ask.
It sounds like one, but Karg's not a barbarian.
Unless he is, and he's been pretending this whole.
I just learned cure wounds to fool you.
Sir, what race was the person he pinned?
Don't know. I didn't ask the details. Is that important? You see his eyes slowly go to Ellie as she says that. As I said, I didn't ask. I didn't speak with that person, but there are a few dwarves who work here.
Oh no.
We're assuming it very well might not have been.
Something triggered him. Something triggered him. That's not good. I gotta go. I have to go. I have to go. She spins on her heel, and if he
I will
doesn't
lead.
grab her,
I will lead you. You stay behind me. I will help you. Otherwise, you're not getting in. Not to see him.
Okay. See you guys later then.
You can come with.
I won't.
I'm not going to stop you.
You might not, some in your temple.
If they give you any shit, he turns and kind of like puffs his chest out a little bit. I will speak to them.
the semantics.
Also, next time, if you would have just said you were doing it, I would have let it happen. Just
To be fair, when time is of an essence, as I still have other places I need to go, I would have. You'll have to forgive me for not having to speak of it before I do it.
Go, please.
Come. He turns, and as he begins to walk away, that is where we'll end the session.
Motherfucker!
Who, me?
now, I'll say that. Now that's just gonna be a 2-hour episode. Well, 2 hour 30-minute.
Yeah. I presume that's towards me.
Towards you and the fucking PC.
Which
not,
one?
Not PC, NPC.
Which
I was
one?
fine with just not going because I'm just like I'm not trying to start shit.
Yeah.
Cards, guys, just
his followers, like those people, just don't like my people. That's understandable.
Yeah, and
It's like I'm walking
honestly, he said that he will speak to them if they give you any shit. You don't have to go. He's not telling you to come.
I'm walking into a certain neighborhood wearing red when I'm supposed to be wearing blue. It's just how it is.
Or in this case, he's wearing orange or
man.
yellow when he's supposed to be wearing green. It just be like that sometimes.
Green, God, that's disgusting. Their classrooms with him so badly.
I mean, yeah, that's why he doesn't wear it. Obviously.
Huh?
And she's talking about green with your skin tone and whatnot.
No, I meant Karg.
Oh, with Karg? It doesn't clash that bad with him.
It's like
He is
camouflage.
green.
Exactly. It's like
Can't see it. He's always got invisibility cat.
Only in the
Karg
forest.
steps back slowly, throws up hands, and is immediately covered by the forest. You can't see him anymore. He is one with the trees.
I just imagine a tree falling on him in that exact moment.
It's like the one meme where it's one guy sitting down and everybody else from random's wearing camo, and it says it's so sad to see people.
People eating alone. I know, right? It's just the saddest thing ever. That being said, for everyone watching, thank you all so much for enjoying this with us. We appreciate all the support you have given to us just by watching this, sitting through with us, and being able to catch up with all the fun stuff we are getting ourselves into. If you liked it, please by all means leave us a like. A comment is appreciated so we can know how we can better improve what we're doing. Or if you just liked something about the episode, by all means let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to follow us so you can know when I'm streaming and know when we're starting our D&D sessions, by all means follow us at twitch.tv/whatteamcomp. That way you know when we're playing D&D. We do stream a few other things on occasion where we can just have some fun. And we
will soon start streaming Monster Prom on my.
It's been considered.
I don't think he's going to stream that one.
No, I don't think so.
It's been considered, but at the same time, I don't think we'd be able to, do it kosherly for some of the endings.
No.
To be fair, though, we do have this, set for mature audiences only. As
Hashtag cocaine
that's
werewolf.
the one thing I don't want to stream.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Hashtag cocaine werewolf.
That being said, if you enjoyed this, thank you all so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We hope you all see you next time. Until then, we've been What Team Comp, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye!